yeah, I have a heart murmur.
So let's go, dude.
And welcome back to In Gear. He's Dino Spumoni. I'm Love Panther.
And, you know, we have a special guest on the episode today.
Yeah.
A little Matt Scott action, a little tight little Scott.
Yeah, special guest in the studio today is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah, Skinny Fat
His
Scott's
ugly cousin
fucking repping
Scotty.
today. Yeah, Skinny Fat Scott is
Well, thanks for
repping
being
today.
here, dude. It means a lot.
What's up, boys?
Hey, Thomas. Why don't you make like Blue's Clues and go get us a fucking mail?
All right, so we got an email, and this is, you know, to the group here. So, Scott, I believe this one pertains to you.
First of all, I just want to talk about. I didn't know Tommy knew how to read. Like that's the first thing I think we should do.
Yeah, what is a shocker?
Wow.
So, hey guys, really digging the show so far. I love a good story to listen to while I'm working. I wanted to ask your next guest or guest some questions.
Oh shit.
First, would you consider yourself an expert on the subject of BDSM? If so, elaborate. Second, how was your last experience at a glory hole? And finally, how many diapers do you go through on a daily basis? Bonus question. What's the price on that mouth? Only $1 amount is a correct answer. Signed, Diaper John.
Okay, sweet. All right, let's go for the top. So, what was the first question? Say it
So
again.
the first question is going to be, would you consider yourself an expert on the subject of BDSM? If so, elaborate.
So I'm not an expert in BDSM. Like, I'm gonna be real. I wish I was though. Like what is it, shibari ropes and shit like that. I've done a little bit of research, and I got to like the 4th step where they were like, you have to cook the ropes, and I was like,
Ooh.
I'm well unequipped.
What do you
Rewind a
mean,
little
like,
bit. You have
cook
to
the
rub the
ropes?
ropes.
Yeah. So like when you go like right. So first of all, there's different types of ropes.
Yeah.
And like different ropes do different things. So like if you want to feel like restricted, you get like I don't know the fucking categories of ropes. But you have to get a certain type of rope, and then like you have to like oil the rope. But then like, you get a different. If you want to feel like scratches and cuts, then you have to get like a different type of rope, and then like maybe you oil it different, and then maybe you cook it for longer. And I was like, what the fuck? But then like to know that you have to be with somebody that's like either experienced, or you just have to like be prepared to go on an adventure of like just fucking with each other and like rubbing ropes on each other.
Well, that's the thing about those types of things too, is the first time you do it, I guess you can't really be sure if you're into it.
Yeah.
And then when it's happening, it might be too late.
Yeah,
I
that's like,
actually didn't know there was that much involved with like
dude,
the
it's
whole
like
rope.
it's like really complicated because
You're
like
tenderizing, you're prepping a rope for some sort of sexual
yeah,
experience.
because like I guess like when it gets down to it, like if you get like a big rope, like a thicker gauge, I don't would that be,
yeah.
like
I
a
would
gauge?
guess so. I'd say
If you
gauge
get like
is
a
probably,
thicker rope, you can't like turn a chicken into a fucking bowl of spaghetti with a rope that's like this fucking
no,
big
that would
around.
probably be good for like binding and spreading.
Well, like yeah,
holding
or like,
links.
but then if that person wants to feel like weighed down, then you would use that. But if that person
Okay.
just wants to get turned into a fucking bowl of
Are
spaghetti,
you talking about like where they have it around their boob? Like
yeah, like all that.
cinched
So
and,
then
like,
you need a
through their
thinner
ass
rope.
cheeks and stuff like
But then
that?
like that rope needs to be soft, because if it's really coarse, then like it's just gonna tear her titties up, and now you're just gonna have like your
Torn titties.
Yeah, your girl's
Nobody
gonna be,
wants a torn titty.
Nobody
exactly.
wants
Nobody
a
wants torn titties. So then like you have to like cook and oil and then like do all this shit with the rope. But then like it's like a process. Like this isn't like you just like go to Home Depot and you're like, let's fucking go, bitch. Like run it. No, you have to
I
like
didn't know that.
do a whole thing. So am I an
You
expert?
can't just pull
No.
like a rope out of the garage, just use
Yeah,
hold down
exactly.
the washing machine in the back of your pickup.
Exactly.
You got to get a special
like,
rope.
Yeah. So like, am I an expert? No, but like I definitely know like what's that? The knowns and the unknowns. I know that rope play. That is a known unknown for me.
Just I got
Hit
you.
us with the second part of that.
Yeah.
So how was your last experience at a glory hole?
I've never done a glory hole. Low key. I'd stick my dick in it.
Are you like against it? Like, I mean, like obviously, I think there's some sort of like unknown there
So,
going into a
like,
glory hole.
So like I'm definitely like sexually overt. Is that the word? It's like I'm not
A
trying
risk
to like
taker, would you say?
no, I'm not a risk taker. That's the thing.
Oh,
like, dude, like
the
if
opposite.
if it was up to me, like everybody would show up with like paperwork like within the week and be like, yeah, like I'll stick my dick in a hole and just let like 4 people go to ham on it. But like I need like paperwork. Like, hey, tell me you don't have herpes within the last like week. And also,
Okay.
what was your week like? Like, were you just like
you got to make sure a woman's clean.
that's dude, you know, like
I mean, that's probably like
I'm
the right
scared,
answer,
man.
I
Like
guess.
you hear like black syphilis, blue waffle.
Oh,
like,
God.
man, I
Oh,
ate the
God.
wrong type of
Blue
Eggo
waffle.
once,
don't
and I was
know,
like, man,
I
I'm
mean,
not
I've
having.
stuck my wiener in some really weird places before.
I've stuck my dick in
Yeah.
some bad places. I have a 9-year-old to attest to that, but that's not the point.
Jesus Christ.
So would you say that you get off on having STDs or you shy away from receiving an STD?
STDs irrationally scare me because like
What if it's one of the cool ones that you can cure with a
like
little
herpes.
penicillin?
so I can't because I can't take fucking penicillin. I'm allergic.
Oh,
That
So
really
I'm,
counts
yeah,
out
so I'm
a
allergic to
lot.
monocillin and penicillin. And then like also like I'm a really open person. So like the last thing I want to do is like, yo, like how's your summer? I'm like, that was cool. I had to clap like 3 times and like I might have like herpes on my toes now, but like whatever, man. Like I just don't want to like explain that.
Well,
like,
that brings me to a story. I need to know kind of like your guys' opinion, what you do here. So it was probably, I got to say, I was probably around like 17, 18. I was fresh out of high school. And I had gotten out of this relationship for a short time, you know.
Now, what was the name of your high school, real quick?
Sullivan West High School.
And what were they? The Vikings, the Trojans?
The Trojans.
it just sounds
That's
the
because like
Bulldogs.
90% of high schools are like either the Vikings, the Trojans,
The Bulldogs. I grew up in the Trojans.
like
and
the
went to Bulldogs.
Wolves.
we were the
So here's what
Gators.
happened.
We were the
I graduated
Gators.
high school, right? And I had this high school sweetheart. I think we've all had that one girl in like high school. You kind of like vibe with each other. You always wanted something, but either you were too ugly, she was around fucking all the hot dudes, or whatever. It just didn't work out. So a fucking, a year goes by and we reconnect. So I come into town. She like had moved away and she came back, and we reconnect. So we go to downtown Narrowsburg, where I grew up, and we went and we like hung out in like the park and shit like that. You know what like young kids do with like a car, no money, smoke some weed, chilled out.
I do that
And
as an adult.
she was like all over me. Like it was like a spark was like fucking just struck, and we were like about it, right? And I had a shitty Ford Ranger at the time, so that's what I was driving her around in, and shit like that.
Ranger.
Ford fucking Ranger, right? And here's what happened. So we finally get to this part where it's getting towards the end of the night, and we're trying to figure out, are we gonna do something or what? We've already done all the informal, like lunch or dinner, whatever the fuck it may be. What's gonna happen now? So we go, and she's like, all right, cool. Like, I'll fuck you. Like, I want to fuck you. Like, all this shit. Like,
And that's like a
let's do it.
dream come true for you because you've been trying to get with this woman forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
Like
just
all
like,
through
yeah,
high
let's
school or
do it.
whatever.
And I'm like, yes, finally. So we go to Walmart. It was like probably a half hour away. We go there, we pull in the parking lot, and I put the truck in park. She's like, wait, before you get out. She was like, I feel like you're very close to me. And I'm like, okay. She's like, I am legally obligated to tell you that I have genital herpes.
That's a legal, you have to tell people that one?
Yeah. So she said she was
I thought
legally
that was only for,
obligated
like-
to tell me she had genital herpes. So now this girl that I've
Yeah,
like,
I think it's like super illegal if you have some sort of
That's
uncurable
like
STD.
AIDS. That's like AIDS.
I think it's anyone that if you have an uncurable
Can we
STD
Google that?
and you don't tell them about it, I
Yeah,
think
what do you want
can
me to
get
Google?
some
Is it
serious
illegal
trouble.
Like
to get
what?
someone
Like
herpes?
what STDs are you legally obligated to disclose?
Probably any of them.
I don't know. I don't think it's so. Fuck, I don't know, man. Maybe am I just like look again? I've had the same sexual partner for like 10 fucking years, so I could be fucking.
Okay. In 10 states, laws require people with HIV to disclose their status.
Okay. First of all, only 10.
Syphilis,
Yeah.
gonorrhea, chlamydia, concroid, and HIV.
What the fuck is concroid?
I don't know. I have no idea.
But not herpes. And only 10 states. What?
Transmitting an STD, whether willingly or unintentionally, is a misdemeanor. The penalties
Wow.
of this conviction include up to $1,000 in fine and or up to 6 months in jail.
Okay, so what state? Just
I
so
don't
I
know.
can,
It just
just
said
so
10
I
of them.
never.
It just said 10.
Well, he
Just
was
so
in
I-
New York, so
Okay, so New
now
York's
let me
off
ask
the
you
list.
this
Yeah,
then.
baby.
So
Wait, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm assuming what probably happened thereafter, the subsequent action by you was to go in,
I'd
get
get
a
a
pack
blowjob.
of rubs, and
No.
go to Dicktown on this woman.
No, just get a blowjob. She had genital herpes.
No.
That's what she said.
You're
No.
gonna get a blowjob from a herpes woman?
She had genital herpes. That's different.
Yeah, but
That's not right.
that's
I
very
don't know.
close. That's
That's
very
not-
close to the mouth, man.
Your
What?
genitals are?
Hold on. What?
I mean,
Dude, I failed anatomy in high school, but like fucking
all I'm saying is I was in this position where I wanted this so bad for so many years.
stick it in
Right?
her ass.
And it goes
That's
to
even
that.
closer to
It's
genitals.
even close.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Closer.
So okay, so like
So what would you have done for me? I'll tell you what I did.
first of all, I'm getting a blowjob.
I was like, oh, that's cool. That's totally cool. I don't mind. Thank you. That means so much to me. Thank you for saying that. I went inside. We went and got the condoms. I was like, okay, maybe I'll sacrifice it. I'll just do the condom deal because I really want this and I want to like check this bookmark off for getting with your high school
dude,
sweetheart.
she tells me she has genital herpes, and I'm like, cool. So where's your house? And like, it's a wrap. Like,
So you're
there's
going in raw.
no, I'm taking her. No, I'm taking her and driving her.
But what
to
if she
the top.
said
Get
it's
the fuck
okay?
outta
I
here.
like you.
I don't give a fuck. Look, first of all, okay.
What if she said it really doesn't itch that bad?
Okay, look. So there's a train of thought here, right? So like the first train of thought is like, dude, I'm bricked up. I've already dropped. I don't know. You said you took her out to like dinner.
Yeah, you probably put down $100.
Yeah,
right?
$100. Let's
yeah,
say $100
like
gas,
down 100
meals,
bucks.
yeah.
I gotta go drop another 20 on rubbers, or do a beer run. Rubber a fucking because I'm taking what year was this? Like 2015.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can still get like the decent Four Locos. Get her a Four Loco, watch her chug it, and just get some sloppy toppy in
Get
the
a little
fucking
blows.
Ranger, bro. Like that's option number one.
That wasn't even the worst part.
That's probably what? Wow.
She said, "Hey, as I'm grabbing the condom, she's like looking and like I was like, I'll just grab these. I think it was just Trojan, whatever the fucks. You know, you don't really give a shit when you're a kid. Everyone likes
Slim
to get the
fit.
Magnums, but no one really gives a fuck. Right?
I fully understand from
Yeah.
a young age. I was not wearing Magnums.
Yeah, no, neither was I. So I was like, I'll just get whatever regular size, right? So I got whatever the fuck I want. And she's like, no, you need to get these ones. So you pick some special type of condom. I think it might have been like super thins, like the Lifestyles,
Yeah.
Bearskin,
Did it
whatever.
break?
Lifestyle. First of all,
And those are
Oh
the cheap
my
ones.
God. Those
Lifestyles
are-
are the cheap
dude, the
ones. There's the
fucking
ones that get at the
Lifestyles?
abortion clinic.
Bro,
the
dude.
lifestyle condoms are corrugated for your pleasure.
Oh my.
So she's like, also,
Did
we
you
need
have
to
a
get one more
dad?
thing.
Because he should have told you to run from lifestyles.
I know.
I'm not telling you that I haven't used lifestyles, but I have a dad, so it's different.
Yeah,
Well-
can't you get the lifestyles out of the bathroom vending machine for like 75
They
cents?
give them away at abortion clinics.
Yeah, I went to
Jesus.
Planned
Like in a
Parenthood.
bucket.
I went to Planned Parenthood as like a 15-year-old and bought like I didn't buy. They had a brown paper bag for discreetness,
Yeah.
and I filled the brown paper bag.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah,
and
because you
left.
thought you gonna be fucked.
Yeah, those rubbers lasted me until like I was like
College?
18, bro, and like 3 years of just because like fucking I didn't give a fuck.
There's
Unless
an
I-
expiration date on condoms.
Yeah, I
though.
didn't fucking know that until I was like well into being an adult.
Well, she says to me, there's one more thing we got to buy. She's like, we have to buy lube. I'm like, why? And she's like, I am dry as a rock down there, as a desert. I don't get wet at all.
Oh, that's
we have to-
fantastic.
Yeah. She was like, and then also she's like, and then so that happened.
No,
So-
that's probably good for you because, as referenced in one of our previous episodes, you love dry hand jobs.
I love dry hand jobs.
So it's got to be good to
Dude,
go,
that's
right?
fa-
I'm a
This
big dry
just
hand
sounds
job
like
guy.
the worst sexual experience. Like I've had some pretty shitty, literally
Yeah, like,
shitty,
how fucking
literally
desperate are you
shitty
at this
sexual
point?
experiences.
We got to talk about
But
that.
like,
Let's talk about
fuck,
that. I'll
yeah,
get back
but
to
like
that.
wow.
So I had to get the dry fucking things. Anyway, we got back to the car and I really thought to myself, I was, you know what? I've gotten enough pussy in my life up to this point. Like I had done good for myself. I was like, you know, I'm pretty satisfied. I think I'm going to call it a wash on this. And she's like, let's go to the park. Let's, go to the bed of the truck. So I'm like, but it's getting late now. So I eventually like smooth talked my way out of it, dropped her off. She cried or something like that at one point. So that happened. And
You have
yeah,
herpes.
that was the end of that. That's how my high school sweetheart sexual experience got ruined. I didn't even get anal, and I'm a big anal guy.
Hey, so let me throw this another direction. This is like a little 2
Wait,
minute thing.
are we getting to the last portion of the email yet, or what?
Yeah.
Oh, we're
yeah.
circling back to the email now?
We're not done with the email.
Let's close the loop on the email because
All right, go ahead,
I
go
think I
ahead.
know where he's going. It's
Yeah.
how much for the mouth?
No.
It wasn't a pay thing.
No.
Or was that the
He's-
bonus question?
He's got that in the back of his head. How much for the mouth?
I have the exact dollar amount. I'm not gonna lie to you.
All right. And finally, and then don't forget, we got a bonus question on this. Finally, how many diapers do you go through on a daily basis?
If given the option, I would go through 3 diapers a day. But I'm an
Like
adult.
a breakfast, lunch, dinner?
Yeah, like
So
dude,
you're comfortable using a diaper if that was an option for you?
I have as an adult, I've worn a diaper once.
Really?
Yes.
What was it like?
It wasn't that bad.
Was
It's
it fun?
dude, it's a mental thing. Like, have you ever like consciously pissed your pants?
You know what? I think I have once.
Dude. Okay, look.
Have you?
Yeah. Okay, look.
All right.
This is gonna get a little weird.
No, that's all right.
All right,
Take it
so
away.
like I was on a work adventure, and like we're going through this thing, and we're like, there's water like spraying out of this hose, and we're like trying to like stop the water, and like this dude's like being a dick, and like he's like complaining about the way we're like picking up the like water, and he's like, bro, you guys fucking suck, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, bro, like chill the fuck out, bro, and he's like, no, you guys are making a mess. There's mud everywhere. Like you guys don't fucking know how to fucking act. And like he's like tearing into me, and like I'm wet, and I'm like I'm wearing my work uniform, so like I already don't give a shit. And like as this dude's like fucking trying to like get in a fight with me, and I'm like explaining like what's happening, I just like full on piss myself, just like ink blot, like
Out of
So
scarcity.
wait a
like,
second though.
like-
so you're at like this team building exercise, And like, did he know that you were pissing yourself?
Yes, like fully.
Did he say stop?
No, he was like, "Are you fucking serious?" And I was like, "Dude, like I'm telling you that like we have shit to do. I'm already wet. I'm already tired. It's late because it was like dusk. Like it's about to like be sundown, and like we still had like 3-4 hours that we had to fucking be there. And I like didn't give a shit anymore because I'd already been there for like 12 fucking hours. So I'm like, bro, I'm going on the back quarter of a 16-hour day. Like, get the fuck out of my face, dude. Let me go work. Like, we have shit to do. Like, I've have to piss. It's wet. Fuck off. Like,
now,
bro.
were you worried at all, like, by doing this, you were going to end up, like, failing out and have to redo this again?
No, I wasn't worried about it because, like, as weird as this sounds, like, the adventure that I was on, like, this work thing, like, the only way, like, you can fail is, like, if you either, like, break, like, a bone or, like, you just quit. And I was already pretty fucking, again, I was 12 into a 16-hour day, and I was like, dude, I'm so fucking sick of you, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna bother like saying I have to pee and leave. I'm not even gonna hold it because you piss me off. Like,
This is what you get.
I'm literally so tired and so done with you. I'm gonna pee and I'm gonna go back to work. Like, I don't care. And she's like, are you fucking serious? And I was like, yeah, bro. Like, whenever you're done with the shock and awe of whatever the fuck's going on in my pants, fuck off. Like, I'm gonna go. And I just like went back to work, and like people were like, dude, you just fucking do that? And I was like, look, man, do you want to stay here for an extra like hour? Because I had to go fucking take a hike because we're in the woods. So like to go pee was like a thing. Like, and like,
yeah, it's not like, hey, I'm just going to dip out.
Yeah, it's not like, and like we couldn't just like go into the tree line, which I thought would have been fine. Like any rational fucking person.
Yeah,
why is that? Are they worried about like females seeing that penis of
dude,
yours?
it was just like a whole
that huge massive cock.
I'm telling you, this whole thing, we're in like fucking like southern Alabama, and like it felt like everybody there was from like
hot as shit.
Dude, oh my fucking God. It was June. A tropical storm, or no, what do they call it? Tropical depression.
Yeah.
It just came through. And like there was like a part where we were working, and like some dude was like, yeah. How you guys doing? And we're like, shitty, dude. Like, not having a good time. Like, I don't have enough water. Like, this sucks. He was like,
I don't have enough water.
And he was like,
the most basic
like
necessity.
the most basic things that you can fucking have. Like, they didn't have. And I was like, this is bullshit. And then like the dude just goes, he's like a big fucking Hawaiian dude. He just goes, cool. Just you guys are tracking. There's a fucking hurricane coming. And I'm like,
oh well, fuck you, dude.
Cool. Can we leave? And he was like, nah. Just if you see a tornado, go the other way. And if you hear a tornado, go to the road and we'll pick you up. I'm like, or you could just like not, like we just leave. And they were like, nah, that's not how the budget's set up. And I'm like, are we fucking serious? We're betting the budget on a fucking hurricane? Like,
ouch.
I don't think that fucking worked for Florida for the past 100 fucking years, guys.
No,
but whatever.
No. I also don't have sympathy for anybody that lives in a place where there's hurricanes, because you take that risk living in an area where there's hurricanes. It's not like every year they're like, oh my God, hurricane. What are we doing? Everybody feel bad for us. Our houses are falling. Well, you know that you're living in a hurricane predominant area. You know that's what's going to happen. Yet you choose to live there, and then you beg everybody else for help. It's like, oh my God, guys, this is happening again. Help us. Well, you chose to live there. It's happened, like you said, every year for the past 100 years. And it's the same thing. Oh, let's send everybody out there to help. I can't take it. I can't do it at all.
Hey, so I want to throw a question out there.
Are we going into the bonus? Are we finished on this email? This last one.
Seems like every time I try to ask a question.
What was a bonus? This is a bonus question.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right. What's the price? I know. I feel so bad, dude. You keep that question right in between those two gorgeous tits of yours.
So wait. Everybody shut the fuck up. Everybody. That just sounded really satisfying.
All right. Okay. Here we go. Bonus question. What is the price on that mouth? Only $1 amount is the correct answer.
Only $1. Okay. First of all,
it doesn't have to be $1, but it can't be like a handshake.
Yeah, I'll suck dick for world peace. Like, what the fuck? That's worthless to me. I need. I said I had the exact number. Shut up, Siri. You fucking
great
bitch.
Siri.
God, dude, I fucking hate Siri.
What happened? So you were saying? You got a price.
I had $1 amount, but it feels too high. I don't think I can suck dick that good. I have a really bad gag reflex.
No, like, oh yeah, you're right. You are the one sucking the dick. That's what the mouth does.
Yeah, What's that? I gotta suck a dick for $1 amount.
Just one.
You thinking like $40?
I think 10 grand.
Whoa.
Is 10 grand too little?
I feel like it's too much. Like, I'm not comfortable. Like, I know the exact I know what my unsecured debt is right now as of this moment because I checked my credit this morning. So I know that I have $6,500. It's like 6574 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
That is my unsecured debt. So I would suck dick to zero out my unsecured debt.
For $6,500.
$6,500.
I mean, I think that's kind of reasonable. I don't think that for any of our listeners out
The
there that
only
are
thing
looking.
is, like, I feel like that's a disservice to whoever would pay it because, like, dude, like,
it's
I
probably
just-
not.
I
You
got-
don't
I
think
got
it's
some
worth
fucked
the
up teeth.
6,500.
I don't think I'm worth 6,500. Like,
Wow.
But what if you could like,
What's
suck
like a-
3 men off?
what's
for
like a
$6,500?
really nice like night at Olive Garden? Like, if I went to Olive Garden and I
Olive
just like
Garden? I don't know. Unit
$200
date,
bucks.
$200.
$200
For a couple, 200.
Like, like if I took like my fucking wife and kid out to like Olive Garden, like how much does that cost me? That's probably,
200,
No, I would say-
300 if you get like
yeah,
wine.
maybe
and stuff.
maybe 300. I think right.
You know what? I'll call it 4. That way I can get a babysitter on and take the kid.
Oh
There you
yeah,
go.
there you go.
So $400. Like, ideally, like if you pay me like $6,547.83, if you pay me that, dude, I will Harlem Globetrotter all over a cock. Like,
There you go.
I'm fully comfortable with
You
that.
heard it here, guys.
Yeah.
This
Like-
is
And like,
$6,400.
I'm gonna be real. Give me like a number of dudes that I like. I'd go multiples. I'm fair with
Yeah,
that.
I mean, would $1,000 a dick be good?
6. Fuck, dude.
But if you can get one for that amount, I'd definitely go for just the one.
Yeah, but now I'm saying it that I'm comfortable with 6. Like 6, but I need like water breaks, and like you guys have to be nice to me.
Yeah,
You might need to do them over the course of different days.
Like it's 6, and like, all right, look, this is gonna be mean. Like, I don't mean to be rude, but like, how many are black? Like, I don't want to
2 out of the 6.
like okay 2 out of 6.
And you could divide those up. You could do one in the beginning, one in the
Can
end.
I get like? Can I
Do you
get?
think you want to start off with some BBC?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can I
Yeah,
go
that's a-
like? All right, let's
a
see.
big pill to
Can I
swallow.
do not in any particular order? Can I do 2 black, 3 white, and an Asian?
Oh yeah, the Asian's a nice break.
Can I do-
To finish
can I
off
do
an
that?
Asian at the end?
Can I
yeah.
do that to clear my unsecured debt?
I think that's probably a good mix of kind of like your
I think
clientele
that's
of what
fair.
you're going to be
I
getting
think that's
into.
fair. I just don't want to turn into an episode of fucking dog fart for like $6,500. I don't think that's worth it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
I don't
Yeah,
know if you got, have you got?
that's
I don't
a
know if you-
reasonable end because everyone likes to say, "Oh, just suck a dick, dude." $1 million.
No,
Well,
I'm gonna
realistically,
give you a
man, like
realistic
money in front
number.
of your face, like
Yeah, I'm gonna give you like $6,500.
not bad.
I'm comfortable with that amount.
All right, so let me ask you a question here.
Ask it.
Are we done with the email?
We are done with the email.
Oh.
Fuck it.
Signed Diaper John. Thank you, Diaper John, for the email.
Yeah,
Diaper
fuck you,
John,
Diaper John.
put on fucking regular underwear. You fucking weirdo.
So this is just something I wanted to hear both your thoughts on this. I'm glad you're here for this question, Scott. I've been waiting to ask somebody who's going to have some real good insight on this question.
Dude, if he asks me how many fists I can fit in my ass, I'm gonna leave.
I say one.
All right.
Here we go.
You're a fucking noob.
Don't you wish that when you busted a nut, you would produce the same volume of liquid as if you were taking a pee?
Yes.
No. Well, okay.
What?
Okay, look, there's context to this question. Right. So the question is, let's objectively think. When you piss, you probably piss what, like a cup?
No.
I think it's more than that.
I
Isn't
was
Well,
gonna
it's
say
like, what,
2, 3 cups, 3 cups. Yeah.
Three
Are we
cups,
talking
three
morning piss
cups.
or like a daily piss?
I'm just a regular daily piss. No
it?
morning
Might
piss.
be. It might be 2 cups.
I could say 2 cups.
So we'll call that what, like 20 ounces?
16?
That's 16 ounces.
16 ounces? It's like a bottle.
What are they going to call? We'll just call it this.
Right,
I mean, I
well,
guess
how
the
much-
standard
how much
is
is a
8
beer?
ounces.
That's
How
12
That's
ounces.
12 ounces.
So like a beer and a half, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now look, can I control when I do that?
Yeah,
Or-
when you're
Yeah.
having sex.
When you like feel like you're going to nut, that's when all
no,
of
no,
it comes.
No. That's not what I'm asking. Because like once I don't know about you guys. I could audience send your fucking responses.
Yeah.
Like if I'm jerking off, like I don't want to have to clean this shit up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're with a woman, you're banging her out, and you're like, all right, I'm almost there.
Is
Get
it
the
only
garbage
happen
bag
when
ready.
women-
No, so like having my own fucking episode of 1,000 Facials and like being the guy that can just fucking
You'd have to do it in a shower.
like slaying the yogurt. That's just
Yeah.
bad for your drains. I don't know if you've
I
ever.
mean, I
fuck-
think it'd be great if you were getting into porn.
Yeah.
yeah, like that's almost like exclusive. But like, look at me, you're like, dude, I'm not fucking.
I'm sure
porn.
there's some.
Yeah, but if you're old
disgusting
Scotty the
whores out
yogurt
there.
slinger, I feel like that's going to be great for you.
No, dude, because you know how little I'm gonna jerk off. I'm never gonna jerk off.
Yeah, I'd probably jerk off a lot less if that was the amount. I got to be honest. I agree with Scott on that one.
Like, cause that's just a mess, man. Like, dude, I'm going through dude, like the times when like I'm alone for like a week or two, like she's out of town.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, there's a particular towel in the house that's not making it to the week.
Oh,
like
there's the towel?
It's a
like
towel.
it's just like that's just a towel.
How many times a day do you think you can go? Like if she's gone for weeks, she's gone for 2 weeks. It's the end of the first week.
My record is 8 in a day.
Really?
My
Because
record
on
is
the
8
past
in a
episode,
day.
my record was like 22 times.
In a day?
Yeah. It was when I first knew how to jerk off, and I actually started coming blood. Blood was dripping out of the tip of my penis. It burned.
Did you have
and
a
it
dad?
stung. What?
Did you have a dad?
Yeah. Yeah, he's great. His name's Ted. He's got a huge cock. Huge cock.
Did you ever talk to him about this? Because like, fuck me.
Yeah. Yeah. All the time. Yeah, he knows
Like,
everything.
Dad, I'm fucking skeeting.
Dad,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
semening blood.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, my little penis.
Dude,
Yeah.
I think his dad watches almost every episode.
Every episode.
Shout out, Pops.
So
No, dude, like that's a lot. Like if it would, I would. All right. So like, also, let's just be real here. Like, how much fucking spunk are you putting on a chick's face before it's like uncomfortable for her? Because like already,
really
I mean,
care.
almost any amount.
already, like their team players taking like the fucking I don't know, and it's not even an ounce that an average dude shoots. Right? They're already
I'm not
like
sure.
they have to
I'll
sit
Google
there
that
just
right
I
like
now.
haven't measured it out.
yeah,
like
they have to
Google it
just
right
sit there like while you go get the towel, and they're just like, I'm glad you had fun. Okay.
any guesses on how many ounces in a normal?
It's less
Semen
than
load?
an ounce.
It's like less than an ounce.
like what's smaller than an ounce? I don't
I
know.
think it's like
so
2
on average,
tablespoons.
men expel between 1.25 and 5 milliliters, about a quarter of a teaspoon to a teaspoon of semen each time they
I'm
ejaculate.
throwing a teaspoon.
But
A
this amount
teaspoon?
varies from man to man.
That's a
men
small
usually-
amount.
A
Men
teaspoon?
usually produce the most amount of semen when they're in their early 30s.
Okay,
Early 30s.
first of all, I'm about to hit golden era. Sick. Glad to know that. Second, that's what I'm saying. So we're gonna go for
I think time comes into an issue, right?
So
Scott?
you're
Like,
doing like 100 times the amount of semen.
that's a lot.
I'm
dude.
telling you, like, if you're sitting there, you're just like, yeah, like, because honestly, it's, I don't know about you guys, but it's pretty hot when, like, when you're getting a blowjob and you pull out, and everybody likes a facial, right? Don't get me wrong, it's a pretty hot when you give a girl a facial, but you know, that couple spurts, and it's like, yeah, nice, I'm done. But sitting there, be like, all right, I promise it's gonna be over here in a few minutes.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel
Let me just
like,
keep going, and there's an awkward silence. At
and
some
like,
point,
I
she's
don't
just
know
gonna be
about
like,
you, but
sitting
like
there,
the
like, all
post
right.
nut, like it is without fail. I have yet to come across this, and I've fucking shot spunk on plenty of girls' face. I
Good.
have never in post nut clarity been like, "Yep, that was a good idea." Ever. Every time I'm
Wow.
like,
yeah, it's almost dissatisfying. I'm a
Like-
breeding guy. I
like-
love finishing inside of a
oh,
girl.
no,
Like, I don't like
I'm just
spelling
lazy.
it into
I'm
the
gonna
air.
be real. The whole like nutting insider thing. It's just I don't have to stop. I just. All right, cool. Your problem. Anyway,
Your
like-
problem.
like if I blow on her face, if I blow in her mouth, fucking if I on her chest, whatever the fuck, it's my problem. I have to deal with it. And just toxic masculinity takes over. And then I'm like, shit, I gotta deal with this. And then the second part is like, it's a little bit of guilt. Then I'm like,
yeah,
you're a team player for that. And I'm like, I'm gonna kiss you on the forehead, wherever I didn't shoot. Because
just on
like,
the lips.
yeah.
Wherever
all
I
right.
wasn't.
All right. So honest question.
On the
This-
wrist.
This is this is an honest question.
wrist.
I've been so questioned in this a couple times. If you like bust in a chick's mouth or you like blow in her face, like, do you kiss her after? Like,
No,
say she just
no.
just fucking gargles it, just goes,
No,
all right,
not
we're solid."
interested. Not interested. I don't want to taste that. I like not bashing on people that do kiss them because like maybe some dudes are
Not
into that, but like
everybody's on their own adventure, bro.
I don't feel like, to me, I don't want to taste that, and I
Yeah.
also don't like the consistency. I wouldn't imagine anything like that being pleasant for me. What about you?
Well, so the weird thing about that, I can't say it's ever happened to me. It's never really been offered to me either. But
Jesus.
I guess like you ever gone down on a woman and came up and gave her a kiss?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just hot. I'm
Isn't that
I'm not
about the-
saying it's fair.
Isn't
I'm
that
not.
about the same thing?
I-
No,
know
but
it
it's
is.
cool
It's
because
totally the
it's
same
her
thing.
vagina
It's
and it's not
not-
my semen.
It's not fair.
It's not fair, but that's okay.
Call misogynistic.
Double standard.
Call
Hey,
it-
so
can
I
I-
need to understand though. What do you think the chances are that this is going to get banned on YouTube?
Probably not much.
Oh shit! Do you
Wow.
think we'll get banned?
Well,
No, we don't have to talk about
no,
the
I
R
put a
word.
not for it's mine. This whole thing is rated 18 plus.
Okay,
You have to verify.
Yeah,
18,
no.
so.
I think if you don't use the R word, you don't talk about pews, and you don't talk
Yeah.
about like war
Yeah.
crimes.
So for me, to answer your question about the whole like coming a bunch thing, Like, I definitely would be down for that. But just because I'm a big Futanari fan. Do you guys know what Futanari is?
What the fuck is that?
No.
The Futanari is like an Asian style of porn.
You're talking about bukkake?
And so similar in the sense that basically, if you watch it, so basically the premise of it is there will be this hot, attractive Asian woman, like, you know, getting fucked, and she's getting fucked with this what seems to be this flawless, perfect penis. And sometimes he's holding the base of it, which is kind of weird. And you quickly realize after the first time you ever watched this, that's
Oh,
completely
the
wrong.
fake dicks?
So
have, like, hoses in 'em?
Futanari, it could be like kind of like two things. One, it could be a bunch of, I've seen it where it's a bunch of girls that have these massive penises. They're like this tall, and they're just jerking them off and come all over the
I think
room.
I've seen that.
And then I've seen it where like the guy is like fucking the girl, and then like comes off, and then
I told you
fucking like jerks off and just keeps going, and like just
No,
shoot
no.
ropes for like a good half
I've seen
minute.
that. I didn't know how to name, but have you? It was a porn. Like when I was like I hate to fucking go into this. When I was a kid, like fucking, you know, like teenage birthday parties, like fucking, like you're like 14, and your friends like, oh, dude, check out this porn site. We'll have to, like,
Yeah, of course.
like so, like one of the first ones I watched was fucking fucked up facials, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen that.
Oh, they fucking hose them down.
They like put plastic up. It's so bad. But
Really?
like, and like, so
I
when
mean,
I was
it's
like,
fake as fuck.
yeah,
but who
dude, it's
cares?
super fake. But I'm a kid, so I didn't know. So like, dude, until I turned like 17, first of all, I never knew the name Futanari or whatever the fuck until
Yeah,
right
I never
now.
heard of that until right
Yeah,
now.
I just fake dick porn, whatever. So like, dude, I didn't learn for like 4 years. So I'm like sitting there like jerking off to like fucking fucked up facials. I'm like, this shit is awesome. And then like fucking somebody was like, yeah, all these dudes with these fake dicks, and I was like,
Oh,
wait a fucking minute.
That's not what it's really like.
And then it's like, then you find out it's like 6 dudes with fake dicks. And then they're like once you figure it out, it's like WWE. Like once you figure out, like once the veil is removed, you're like, yeah, why are all these dudes wearing underwear? Like what? Like fucking, why does everybody have clothes on? Like what do
you guys are older than me, and that brings me to my next question. Have you ever watched an Asian style like porn where they almost like blur out the woman's privates?
Asian porn sucks, dude.
Like, have you ever seen that?
Yeah,
first of all,
Asian porn sucks.
you two are like the same age.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Oh, I'm 28.
Yeah.
Ooh, you're not
He's
looking too
old,
hot.
not me, dick.
Second of all,
Don't let my hairline lie to you.
I don't know about you guys. I'm not necessarily like a connoisseur of pornographic material.
Oh my
I
god,
do-
I've watched the worst shit imaginable.
I'm
I'm
gonna
talking like
be
girls
real.
shitting inside of
I've
other
probably
girls.
watched more porn than I should. Like
Yep.
I have definitely a warped sexuality because
You think
of
it's
it.
getting
Yeah.
to the point where it might be unhealthy?
Yes, for sure.
Oh, sorry to cut both of you off, but I just thought of something really crazy. And
Well, we're not watching porn together.
Dude,
That's
do you
all
have
that's good.
ADD? Like, fuck me. It's like the
Well,
third
no,
time you went.
it
oh.
pertains to you. Before
Oh,
earlier,
fuck Christ.
you said, and this just caught my mind. You said, "Hey, I've had some shitty sexual encounters. Literally shitty. I need to know," because we just talked about what was on the episode 4 when I spread that girl's ass cheeks and it was shit up her ass.
Oh, that wasn't 4. That was 11
Yeah, 11. There you go. One of the episodes.
or 12.
All
Yeah.
right. So, all right.
Explain on that. What do you mean shitty?
All right. So I'm not, no names, no times, no places. I like butt stuff. Like, I like,
Same.
I
I'm
like
an anal
doing
guy.
butt stuff on
Love it.
chicks. Like,
Yeah.
fucking
I
chicks in
hate
the
you
ass.
guys.
Love anal.
Why?
Fucking love anal.
Dude,
Oh my
you
god.
gotta be careful how you say that, though, because you're like, I love anal.
I mean, not on me,
You're
but I
gonna
love
have, like-
giving it.
You're gonna have like every fucking, what's that gay Puerto Rican singer?
Ricardo
J-Lo?
Rivera,
No,
J-Lo.
no, the dude.
Michael Gonzalez.
No, he was like super
David
popular
Blaine.
when we were kids.
I don't.
Ricky
know.
Martin.
Oh, Rick.
Oh,
Like,
oh,
every
yeah.
fucking, if I used to go, I love anal, I'm gonna have like every fucking Ricky Martin on the planet. Like,
No,
hell yeah,
God,
brother.
That's the last thing I
Um,
want.
No, dude. So, all right, got really drunk. This girl was like, hey, like, I want to try. Like, we're in a longer relationship.
It's usually when you're drunk. That
yeah.
girls are willing
And she,
to.
well, sober, we had discussed. She was like, hey, I know you're into this. Looking at your search history, like,
Looking at your
like-
search history.
like, let's try it. Let's go on an adventure. And I was like, I don't know, man. Are you sure? And she's like, no, I'm super insecure about this. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Tell you what, I'm just gonna get like super plastered and like fucking whatever happens. Just like if I black out, just do your thing. And I was
Wow.
like,
If I black out, just keep going.
and I
I don't
was
know
like,
if I would be comfortable
I
with
was
that.
like, fucking. all right. And she
All
was
right,
like, we're just
sure.
going to full send it. We're going to have a nice night. We're going to like party it up a little bit. I think we did have a party that night.
So you planned with her to that,
like
at
this
the
was
end of
like
the night,
discussed previously, like
Yeah,
fucking
anal's happening on this day.
This was like on a Wednesday, like fucking at lunch. She was like, hey,
Man, I think you'd have to like chief up or something for that.
Yeah, something.
dude, we got pretty fucking drunk.
Good.
But like she was like, it was like and so like a couple days later, she was like, all right, this day, like this time, we're just gonna get fucking foisty. So we're doing the whole thing, tossing around, and I can tell she's starting, all the alcohol starting to hit her, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, I don't want to just like take this fucking sloppy chick to town. So I'm like, all right, well, she's still half coherent. Let's see what's going on. So I'm just going from the back, and I got like the thumb in. I'm like,
Because you got to warm it up.
yeah, exactly. You
gotta
don't want
warm
to just
it up.
fucking be a dick, right?
Yep.
I'm like, and like I eat ass, so I'm comfortable with
I
it.
love
So like
eating
I've
ass.
already done it a couple times. I've warmed her up.
Love it.
And like fucking, I'm getting like to the point where I'm like, I'm about to go for it, dude. And so like, I like stick my thumb out, or I like pull my thumb out. It's dark, right? And so like, or it's not dark. It's like really dimly lit. So like, I pull the thumb out and I go like full cheeks, like she's on all fours. I go like full cheeks, and I go and I like do the whole thing, and I don't, and like I feel like something, and I'm just like, all right. And then like I go and like she's ready, and then like I go like lick my lips, and like I lick like the back of my teeth, right? And there's like something stuck, and I just go and like I got fucking janky ass teeth, right? So like I just kind of go, and I like kind of go like this, just like sticking it out to the side, and it's like, huh. And I like it catches the light, and it's just brown, and I'm like,
Jesus God. So first of all, I'm not paid enough by the old In Gear podcast for this shit.
and like, dude, I just look at my thumb, and I look at her, and I like think about the entire conversations we've had, and I'm just like, I just wipe it on her butt cheek, and I just fucking went for it, dude.
God
you
damn.
kept
And I
it in
just
view.
full said it, but like, dude, like it like hooked behind my teeth, so I was like, because like, you know, you just like I don't know, like not like banana, like
Yeah.
when you eat a banana,
or
like
peanut
some of the
butter.
stuff gets stuck back.
Yeah,
or
so
peanut
like,
butter.
it kind of gets stuck.
Yeah. So I'm just like,
yeah, of course.
Yeah, full time.
Listen, man, it's me and you,
Yeah,
man.
so I just
got
go,
you.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
on
yeah.
an island over here.
and I
right
just
now, dude.
wipe it on her ass, and I was like, hey, fuck it. She said she was down for a ride, big girl, and I
And someone
fucked
playing
it.
music?
I thought that was him. I thought that was like planned.
Are you playing music?
Dude, did Siri just start playing music? Oh my God, Siri just started playing music.
You just
Man, your
started talking
watch is
about
weird,
shit.
man.
All right. Well, listen, for this segment, because we got to come back after this break, but I do have one more question for you, Scott, to kind of end this segment. It's a question of all questions we ask every guest that's on the show, so I need to know. And this is going to be this before the end of this break. We're going to take a break after this, but here I got to know. Let's end on this note for now. Does penis size matter to you on a woman? Straightforward question. There is no, what do you mean women don't have penis? Does penis size matter to you on a woman?
Dude, I love tranny porn. Tranny porn is lit, man.
I know.
Dude, tranny porn is
Where the hell am I right now?
dude, I'm gonna be real.
Dude, I know.
I'm being full. Okay, first of all, I understand that tranny is not the politically correct term. for transsexual.
Oh my
That's
God,
fine.
yeah.
That's fine. But there's a porn star. I think her name's like Chanel Santini or some shit. Dude,
Okay.
Dude, I would watch her fucking tear shit up, dude. Cause like something they
I
get
forgot.
plastic
There's a
shit.
really good porn site that you got to check out on Pornhub. It's called Trans Angels, and they have a lot of those
Dude,
like really like
some of them, man. Cause like they
it's
they
insane.
invest in like their bodies, like they just
oh
like fully
yeah.
commit. So
yeah.
like
they
dude,
make better looking women than some women make.
Yeah,
looking
so, like,
women.
dude,
We
I'm
might
like-
have to explore that later.
dude, they got like they like fucking get plastic surgery. They got
they're
the
hot.
nice.
They're hot.
Yeah, they
Like,
got dude.
looking
They're hot.
at them as a
And
person,
then all of a sudden
they're
they
hot.
just like whip out like a 4 inch or not 4 inch. They're packing.
Sometimes they're
like-
packing and sometimes they're not.
Dude, yeah, but most the ones that are hot are the ones that are fucking schlonging it.
So
Because I
answer
want to
the
watch them
question
fuck
then.
other chicks.
Does penis size matter to you on a woman?
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, it still does.
So I had at my old job, we had like a fucking like an office poll, and like it was going around. It's like, what celebrity chick, if she had a dick, would you still fuck her? And like
Hillary Clinton.
there was like one dude.
Whoa.
Dude, what the fuck? There was like one dude in our office that like I could tell like he was a cool dude, but I could tell he was like super uncomfortable with the topic because I was like, dude, I'd let J-Lo fuck me. I don't care. Like J-Lo
Oh, yeah.
could if J-Lo let me fuck her, I'd let her fuck me if she had a dick.
Her
I'm-
summer house is
dude.
down the road from me in New York.
Dude,
J-Lo's
I'd
a terrible person.
What?
Just gonna throw that out there.
Why?
Is she?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh
She just
yeah, I heard
fuck
about
you?
that tipping thing.
What,
Yeah.
she tipped?
No, so
we
Ben
might explore
Affleck.
that later on. I don't know.
Yeah, so
We
Ben
probably
Affleck
won't.
like tipped
We probably
somebody
won't go
like
into that,
$100, and then she went back and was like, "I don't think you deserve that tip. You should give the money back." And like, and the lady was like, "What the fuck?" So JLo is actually like a horrible person.
I
That's
think
fine.
she was like shitting on Shakira because she didn't like her or something like that.
Dude,
but the problem
you
is
know-
that JLo doesn't write any of her own music or something like
Controversial topic. I would not fuck Shakira,
that. Oh,
No,
God.
neither
yes,
would
I
I.
would.
dude. I
Wow.
just
I
I
don't
don't want to
Rosie
hear.
O'Donnell before Shakira.
I just don't want to hear when she comes. Like I just
Wow.
know that she makes a weird sound.
Jesus.
Like, good.
All
great
right.
singer.
So anyway, you've been listening to In Gear Podcast. We're
We'll
going to
catch
take
you
a
after
quick
the
break
break.
here, and we're going to come back and get you on the second half. If you have any questions for Scotty Boy 5000, go ahead and hit us up at ingearpodcast@gmail.com. Thomas, what do you have to say?
Send us pictures of your butt
fuck?
cheeks. Hey guys, and welcome back to the second half of what seems to be one of the funnest episodes I have recorded in quite a long time.
It's always great to have a cool guest on. You know, you got a third person you have good conversation with. And when they're a high caliber guest, it just blows it out of the water.
I mean, I also have to say thank you to Scott, man, for coming on here. And like I said in the beginning of the episode, it means a lot, man, just you coming out here and talking to us, right?
look at him throat that
like
bottle,
he's just
dude.
throwing it right now. Also, Justin,
gonna
I
be
think
real,
we have a little
that's
something
never
to do.
happened before.
Well, Scott, I don't mean to interrupt you, but Justin, I think we have a little bit of an apology. So I'll break the ice if you're just not going to look at me. Justin?
What? Oh, Jesus. We're doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Give me a little
Dude,
something.
He's got more hair around
Well,
his nipples.
this is
than
good that
my
we have
entire
those bad
chest.
boys out. Because
Justin,
finally,
just fucking
Sean
pull
will
up
be
your
able
shirt,
to.
man. I don't think I should be asking you 50 times. Just give me a little skin.
Sean's going to be able to zoom in on those gray ass
All
nipples.
right. Yeah, they're so great.
Is this
right?
what you want? Does this
So-
make you happy?
To the In Gear podcast fans and people who are watching this, we had a technical difficulty last
I'm
portion of
ripping
this
it.
episode.
Yeah, you're going to
Basically-
miss just the back half of the video segment.
So you got half of Scott in the first segment. You got like kind of half of it. And then we ran out of storage on all of our cameras, which is our bad, our fuck up. But like we said on that one episode, this is what you can expect.
yeah, so
from
it's a
the In Gear
treat,
guys.
really.
It's a treat. It's a little special little thing for you guys.
You're
So,
still going to have all his audio. You're going to have that great conversation. You're just not going to see his ugly face.
yeah, we'll get a picture in there of him something like that with him
Or
like
slinging
stroking his
insults.
nipple or something like that.
Or
Or maybe
giving
even him
compliments on
giving us a
nipples.
hand job, something like that.
What about hand?
What?
Whoa.
Nothing.
Hold on.
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. So here's
Hey,
the
I
thing,
don't
Scott.
need your guys' chalk hand jobs. I heard about that already.
Chalk
Yo.
hand jobs?
You said you like dry hand jobs.
Oh, I like them dry as hell.
That's
Well, I don't think he chalks up before
I don't like
HJ.
take like some of those lifters talking like
okay. So
And
I
then
just want to point
pat it
out
down.
before we came on, you guys had 20 and 40 minutes as the bet before you guys brought up sexuality, and you guys brought up hand jobs. Literally 2 minutes.
what I just heard from you, Scott, was you hate hand jobs.
I think you're focusing on the wrong thing
Whoa,
right here.
I'm focused on the wrong thing. I just want. I feel like there's a penalty drink for both of you.
All right. Well,
That feels fair.
Well, I was
I
going to drink
think
this anyway.
I think I'll do a little wrap around.
Do the rap.
Since you
Oh,
brought up the
right.
drinks, though, I want to go ahead and throw at you. The first time I ever met Thomas over there, I brought a couple of Stella Artois over to the house.
Now he hasn't drank in a long time before this.
Yeah, I took like a year and a half from drink off from drinking. So, now is that kind of your go-to beer then?
Dude, fucking, they call, what is it? What do they call it? High Life, the champagne of beers.
Champagne
Yeah.
of beers,
Dude,
baby.
I feel like Stella is a champagne of beers.
Stella's really classy.
I know back when I was in Kansas, man, there was this gas station where you could get a humongous 32-ounce can of beer,
Humongous.
32 ounces in a can, and it was like $1.89 or
Are you
something
talking about
real
the
stupid.
Foster's one, like the mega cans?
It was High Life though, champagne
yeah.
of beers. It was cheap. It was cheap.
Dude, High Life, like Miller. What's the other Miller? There's regular Miller Lite.
MGD.
What's the one that comes in like the yellow label?
MGD, Miller Genuine Draft.
Yeah, that one.
Wow.
Dude, I had a buddy I used to work with. Fucking shout out Yates, country motherfucker from like Arkansas. Only thing he would drink, dude. It was like that and like I don't know what his hard alcohol was, but like fucking
Probably semen.
that genuine draft was just like his.
I can't do MGD.
Dude,
I'll do a little bit of champagne and beers.
I drink Miller Lite like a fucking trailer park bum.
Miller Lite's pretty good.
Dude, that's my football beer. It sounds like somebody made fun of me because I was like, dude, I have like a beer. Like Stella's like, I'm gonna sit around, I'm gonna have a beer, I'm gonna talk shit with fucking two douchebags.
I don't drink beer, so I'm out
and
of this.
it'll like be a good time, right? And then I have like a football beer, and that's like a beer that like when I'm stressed out, I can just be like, fuck, like when fucking Lamar Jackson fucking doesn't play during the playoffs.
Yo, we gotta address that. Let's go ahead and go down that road for a little. Let's talk a little football.
Okay, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna do one of these.
Yeah, Thomas is just leaving the room
because I don't play tennis, so I don't know any of these like
You know what's crazy?
Lamar Johnson, Odell Beckham type shits. You guys are like passing the
Fuck you.
I'm glad you said no.
skins
Hold on.
and making
I like
like
that he said that, right?
goals and stuff.
So, he see me at work. I'll play football like a madman.
He usually takes the football and puts it in his pants. That's
okay.
his version of playing
You're just mad because I'm hung like a horse.
So first, let me ask you this though, football related. Is this it for Tom Brady?
No, but it should be.
There you go.
I feel like I feel like the rumors in the spring and the rumors in late September that his arm was fucked up. I feel like those were right. I feel like his playoff performance is a performance of that. I feel like who's their OC? Byron Leftwich. Yeah. I feel like Byron Leftwich has kept him alive this entire time.
First of all, Leftwich used to play. He used to play for, I think,
Byron
the first.
Leftwich was a bad motherfucker.
He used to play, I think, first for the Jaguars.
I'm gonna say he got drafted to the Jags.
I think he played for the Steelers a lot. Actually,
I'm not sure where else he went. Nah, I think he was out before the Steelers because
I think he was a backup for Roethlisberger.
Was he?
I think so.
I like Byron Leftwich as a player and a coach. I don't feel like Brady being on the wrong side of like 43 fucking years old.
Yeah, I think he's 45.
For Byron Leftwich to lose a job when Byron Leftwich, by all accounts, is the person keeping that fucking offense alive. Like fucking whatever the fuck that was. Like Brady led the fucking he led the league in like passing yards, I think, last year, or like passing completions. Like,
well, by that, I got to think he's still good to play, right?
Exactly. And you look at that last year, you look at the year before, and you're like, all right, dude, by all accounts, is fucking slaying it. Is he slaying it? Or did they just figure out that fucking Mike Evans can't get a jump ball because Tom Brady can't throw it that
Well,
far?
that's the thing, too. Is it all Tom Brady? Is his team stacked at this point? I mean, he's got Mike Evans. Gronk's out, though.
Hey, what did they say? Defense win championships.
Yeah.
And Cameron Brate, I think Cameron Brate is underutilized in that offense, but also Cameron Brate strikes me like, from what I've seen and what I've come to understand about Cameron Brate, is a dude that is just a massive person and doesn't take football as serious as maybe he should, which when you put him next to Rob Gronkowski, that sounds really rude to say.
You put anybody next to Rob, though.
Yeah, you put anybody next to Rob and you say they don't take football seriously, and you go, what the fuck are you talking about? And it's different. Rob Gronkowski is a person that when he walks into the building, like, he's not like dialed in, but he can feed off Tom's energy, and he does fucking good.
So let me ask you this then. So you said you're a Ravens fan. So I imagine you've been that way for a while.
Since 2008.
Well, hey guys, listen. I honestly
Nobody
am
fucking
almost like so hard right now because I want to say, and I have no problem dedicating so much time to talking sports talk. As a matter of fact, I almost love sitting here and just enjoy hearing both of you. I'm sure it's probably refreshing for Justin having an opinion like yours and stuff like that, just being able to take sports talk. But can I, if you guys mind, continue out with the sports talk as long as you need to, but can I ask the two of you a question and then you guys between the two evaluate this?
Okay.
It's football savvy.
Okay.
I don't think it is.
I think we're ready for that.
I'm going to hit you with this. How about them Chiefs?
Fuck you.
I want to know. How about them Chiefs?
I'm not a violent person. I'll throw something.
Fuck the Chief, first of all.
Okay, so
let me tell you what I think about the Chiefs real quick.
Yeah,
So
you're,
they got
you're from
Mahomes.
Kansas, are you not?
He's a good quarterback. I'll give him that. But the thing is, like, Andy Reid came over there from Philadelphia, and he built this whole system with Alex Smith. And I said at the time, because I was kind of staying up on football at that point, like Alex Smith and the Chiefs they're gonna start doing some damage and they're gonna get into the playoffs. And I think they did. And they're like, okay, goodbye, Alex Smith. Here comes Patrick Mahomes. Like Alex Smith was doing fine over there.
Is Patrick Mahomes still a significant figure in the Kansas City Chiefs? Because
100%.
I remember what was it, last year's Super Bowl, or was it the year before, where Patrick Mahomes like really kind of like broke through and shined?
I think it was
believe
2
he
or
was-
3 years ago.
Was he fairly new to the Chiefs at the time that he kind of made his debut?
So Patrick Mahomes just got paid.
He got what?
He just got paid.
He got a big
What does that mean?
He got a big
so
contract.
when a player gets drafted in the first round, they have a 5-year deal, or they have a 4-year with a 1-year extension on a rookie deal. Rookies get paid sub $1 million.
How terrible that is!
It's like a $980,000. It's actually really bad when you adjust it for how they live. You got to think these people have to move. It's not like fucking. I don't know what else I can compare it to. Like somebody was in like, I don't know what other job do you have to move, like the army or some shit.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my family's army people, and they move like every 3 years.
Yeah. So the army, they move you all the time, right? But they pay you to do that.
Yeah.
These guys don't get paid to move. So when you find
so it's like an out of pocket expense.
so they have
for
to
them.
pay for it. So you hear $980,000, and you're like, bro, that's lit. Like this dude's certified, right?
And a move like that can cost you 10,000-15,000 easy.
Yeah. Well, the problem is they don't get paid that off the rip, right? You get drafted in April. You got to be at camp in July, and you don't get a check till September.
Right.
So like,
Do
you feel like you have to have a stockpile of money, kind of like?
So like that's
have to have a
why
good savings?
NIL deals are so important. And
What'd you just say?
NIL deals.
I don't know what
College players get paid now for their likeness.
is. That
Yes.
is that the equivalent to like when it comes to baseball, they have their AAA baseball teams? Like, is that step before
no.
the big leagues?
Baseball progresses very different. All 3 major leagues progress very differently.
Okay.
Football, you have to play college. It's a health issue.
Right.
The people physically aren't big enough.
What do you mean health issue?
It's like the people, like if you took a senior in high school and you put him into the National Football League, it doesn't matter what position he plays. He's physically not developed enough to play that position. It's just
Okay, so
it's just physically
Putting them through that college time gives them time
lets
to
their body
mature,
develop.
let
Yeah.
their bodies develop,
It's
and then get
100%.
them
Yeah,
to
it's-
the point where they're not growing anymore.
Exactly. But now
Okay.
if you take a senior in basketball and you put him in the National Basketball Association, the NBA, he can play. There's plenty of Kevin Durant did a one and done.
Yeah.
I think Derrick Rose
That
Did
sounds
a-
right. Yeah.
did a one and done. LeBron James was straight from high
Kobe.
school. Was Kobe. Kobe was different. I'm pretty sure Kobe played club ball, so he was playing like 9 months out of the year for like 3 years before he went into the NBA. Like that dude's body was just pretty. Kobe's also fucking a psycho, so it's
Yeah.
different. So like it's different. So like certain people have to, and then MLB is like even wilder. MLB, you could get drafted into the fucking Major League Baseball.
Older.
It's wild.
Well, I think the thing with MLB is like, because it's not necessarily a contact sport all the time, like you've got a few extra years, a couple extra years where you
Yeah.
can develop players a little bit more.
Yeah, so and it's weird because like they'll get drafted and then they won't play pro for years. It's
Yeah.
wild.
Maybe
like-
never.
Yeah, or never. So like a guy like who's last year's number 1 pick? Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson
Oh, that's right.
for the Detroit Lions. He came out of high school, played in Michigan. He got drafted in the National Football League. Fucking August, whatever their fucking first day was, where the Lions played. He was on the field and he was hurting people.
And I think you got to do what? Is it for the NFL? Is it 2 years in college before you can declare for the draft?
You have to do 3, I believe.
Is it 3?
Yeah. So, but like Aiden Hutchinson was out there getting sacks like his first fucking game. It's a preseason game. You're playing a bunch of fucking scrubs and rookies. That's all you're playing in preseason.
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson is a literal child. He was like 22 years old, just bullying like old men and retards.
Aaron
That's
Donald
fun.
was that way when he came out of college.
Aaron Donald's brick shithouse, right? Just bullying people. Major League Baseball, you get drafted at 18 years old, right? You might not play for that actual. You can be like, I got drafted the number 5 overall by the New York Yankees at 19 years old. You might not play in Yankee Stadium until you're like 21, 22 years old.
Do you kind of like, I'm trying to like relate to this because like I got to disclose, I'm not the biggest sports guy, but my cousin Nicholas Abruzzi played, you know, he like my whole family and, you know, God bless them, love them all. They spent their whole lives, you know, training my cousin Nicholas when he was a very young kid to play hockey, you know, from like, you know, the get go.
Yeah.
So then he went to college. He got accepted to Harvard State or is it Harvard Law, Harvard State? What is it called? Harvard.
It's Harvard.
Harvard.
Sure, Harvard.
It's just Harvard,
and then
baby.
he played for Chicago
Just
Steel,
Harvard,
which is,
baby.
you know, hockey, NHL, right? So he played for Chicago Steel, which is, in my opinion, or my view is kind of like what I'm understanding is like the AAA.
Yeah, that's like a minor league.
It's like a minor league.
They're
hockey
still
team.
pros, and I think they still get paid too, and pretty
Yeah,
decently.
so, like, so when you're in minor and smaller leagues, you still get paid.
Yeah, so like he had the chance to play for Chicago Steel, the you know, the hockey team.
Is that is that the NHL team?
So
That's a
no,
minor league NHL.
It's a minor
team.
league NHL. So what
Okay.
happened was he did that. He performed very well. Then he went to the Olympics, and Nicholas Abruzzi, my cousin, who's done so well for himself. I'm so proud.
Did they
of
get a
him.
bronze?
Huh?
Did they get a bronze?
I don't know, but like the thing about I correct somebody email us and tell me if I'm completely wrong, but they were the youngest team in the youngest Olympic United States hockey team since the movie, was it Miracle on
Miracle?
Ice?
The 1980 Miracle team.
Yeah, where it was the United States against the Russians.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
yeah.
it was like it was the youngest team, and they won, and they you know, they overcome these odds, and they did the good things, and they, you know, made good progress, whatever.
Yeah.
So he made a name for himself from there, and then he wound up getting drafted. I think it's probably NHL has a draft.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
Yeah.
like everything else. He got drafted to the Toronto Maple Leafs, so he plays for the
That's
Toronto
the team
Maple
I
Leafs.
recognize.
But I don't know if I'm wrong, but I try to keep up as much as I can with him. He doesn't play every single game for like the Maple Leafs.
So he's like
not
a relief
starter.
guy.
No,
What?
starter.
He's like a relief guy.
So you might see him. So he is actually like the shortest forward, one of the shortest forwards in like NHL history.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he like, you know, he doesn't play every game, but he plays a decent amount, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of where you were getting at with like, I think we kind of got off topic, but like I'm trying to relate this to something I
Yeah.
know.
So it sounds a lot
Like-
like
in
where
like
the
you're
MLB.
you're in the NHL,
You
you're
will
in the
develop
MLB, you're
these
in the
players.
NFL,
No. So,
but you're not like a starter every time. You're
no,
just
so
you're
so-
there. You're on the team.
No, so not quite. So again, different leagues. I'm only truly versed in NFL.
Yeah.
So NFL has rookie minimums and then they have vet minimums. I believe vet minimums is 5 years. If you've been in the league 5 years, which
Okay.
means you're signed to the 53-man roster for 5 years,
Yeah.
then you're entitled. I think it went up because they just did a CPA. The certified players agreement, whatever the fuck. it's called.
CBA, collective bargaining
Collective
agreement.
bargaining, CBA. So that's
Okay.
where like the players, like the player association and the owners, they negotiate like, all right, we get like 50% of jersey sales. We get
Right.
like we want 25% health insurance covered. We want X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah,
Okay.
blah, right? So they negotiated like a rookie minimum is like 980,000 a year. Vet minimum is 1.1. So when we say, yeah, Mahomes was good, but Mahomes was great when he was on his rookie deal, he just got paid. That's what we were talking about. And so you're like talking about like lesser players, right? So like like anybody inside that first 4 or 5 years, they're guaranteed 980,000 if they sign to the 53-man roster. Now there's other tiers of that. You could be a practice squad guy. And I think practice squad minimum is like 120,000. Now again, this is all minimum shit, right? So like we had a dude on the Baltimore Ravens, Trace McSorley.
Oh yeah, they
Trace
got a
McSorley-
song about him, don't they?
Huh?
They got a song about him, don't
I
they?
think they do. So Trace McSorley was our third string. We had Lamar Jackson, Robert Griffin III, and then Trace McSorley coming into a going through a preseason. And they cut McSorley, but McSorley was such a pain in the ass for the defense because he was so much like Lamar. He's a little white dude. He's not
Yeah,
even
but
like
I don't understand like why was he such a pain in the ass?
Because he could do everything Lamar could. He just couldn't throw. Like, he could run around and he'd just be a dick. And, like, he would just make the defense work for it, right?
Now, let me ask you a question. So, you're clearly a Ravens fan, and that's cool. But you came up, I'm assuming you've been that way for a while, been away for several years. So, you're probably coming from that era of, like, Ed Reed, T. Suggs, Ray Lewis.
So when I was in high school, so I grew up in Washington State. So, like, when I played football in middle school and in high school, they were like, in middle school, I was, like the gene pool. High school is where the gene pool starts to separate itself, right?
Okay.
Like, everybody's kind of even. Like, you'll have those one or two guys, like the corn-fed white boy that's just fucking humongous.
Yeah.
Or the little black kid that's just fucking fast as shit, right?
Right.
You have those in middle school. But for the most part, everybody's equal. I got to high school and they were like, oh, you're gonna play corner. And I was like, all right, cool. I can read. I can just look at a quarterback and I can kind of naturally see what the fuck's going on.
Ball hawk.
Yeah, ball hawking, right? I got through my freshman year and they were like, hey man, you're not that fast anymore. Like, you're just not fast enough. You're not tall enough to play corner. So let's
So there are no scholarships coming.
Yeah, they were like, so let's play. They were like, let's put you to safety. And I was like, that's fine. Because they're like, you still know what the fuck's going on. You can read a football field. We'll put you at safety. You make the play calls.
Yeah.
And you can go outside. And I was like, okay. So I get like a good portion to my sophomore season. And they're like, hey man, you're like 110 pounds. You're not that fast. But you don't care about your body. And I was like, I don't know what that means. And they're like, well, when we call roll left and they run the go on the left, you'll just take some dude's head off and like you just run into him. And I was like, hey, yeah, that's okay. Isn't that
so you're just looking for a guy to hit.
Yeah. And I'm like, isn't that what I'm supposed to do? And they're like, no, because you're 110 pounds and you're not fast. So the math doesn't math. Like, you either should be fast or you should be hurting people. And you're not really doing either. And I'm like, okay, what do you guys want me to do? I don't understand. Am I cut? Like, what I don't understand. And they're like, no, we got something for you. You need to go home. You need to watch Sean Taylor and Ed Reed highlights.
Yeah.
That's all we want you to do. If you only do that and just be those guys, you're going to be fine.
Oh, Sean Taylor can take some heads off, man.
And it was either right before or right after Sean Taylor died. And again, you're not versed in this. Sean Taylor, he was a safety for the previous.
Like you just said, like, I'm not versed in this, but I do have to say, I know, like, I'm not trying to sit here and just go under the table and suck both of your tiny little cocks off.
First of all, that's what you're here for.
That'd be awesome.
That's
no, don't worry.
But I do have to say,
I'm
learning so much just sitting here, and like, even from a guy like some of our listeners who don't know much about, like, football.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing an incredible time of, like, great, what would you say, service of, like, kind of like.
I'm trying to explain it.
Explain it enough so, like, a guy like me who, because I am not a sports guy. Like, I played soccer, but, like, I'm a car guy, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know sports. But hold on, continue. Finish the football talk.
Yeah.
We'll get to cars after that. But all I'm saying is, like, you are doing a great job of, explaining this. Just so, like, I'm sitting here, like, dude, sometimes, and, like, while you guys are talking, I'm over here and I'm like,
Let me ask you a question.
Oh yeah, I'll go fuck myself. Yeah, I'm Justin and I have a 12-inch dong. I'll go fuck myself.
Yeah, tuck it in your socks.
I could be wrong about this. Didn't they pick up Tony Saragusa for the Ravens for a little while?
Yeah, he just died like 2-3 months ago.
You know what's crazy about that dude, man? In a
friend.
position like he's offensive lineman, right?
Was he O-line or was he nose tackle?
One or two. He's in the trenches, man. And in a position where it's really fucking hard to stand out. Like, if you're a safety and you're picking guys off like Ed Reed all day long, or you're a linebacker and you're getting to the quarterback all day long, you're a quarterback throwing the ball. That's great. But down there in the fucking trenches, man, it's hard to stand out. But Saragusa, man.
I love Saragusa. Shout out RIP to a real one.
Yeah.
No, dude. Being an adult and playing like flag football and shit, like certain like pick like turkey bowl games, I've learned that I am a D lineman, like stuck in.
Question. You just mentioned Turkey Bowl.
Yeah.
Is that a football game that's played on Thanksgiving?
It's just like a rec league or whatever,
I feel like
right?
you knew that, and you.
The question. I have a follow-up question.
Yeah.
I believe the Turkey Bowl is played near Thanksgiving, but aren't there other different? So the Super Bowl is the big one, obviously the one that they have all the players for. But aren't there like other different bowls?
Yeah,
Like
so that's
that are like they're like
that's
sugar. I think a
college.
sugar bowl is one.
Yeah, that's
right?
college. So
And
college,
like, what is the difference? And like, when do they happen? Like you have like if you can like if somebody can name them, like like any two of you, like you guys like talk about that, like just so I can understand how that works.
So it used to be like certain bowl games were like based on certain like precedences, like in like situations. So like they had like the Iron Bowl, which was like I don't even know what the fuck that one was for. Like the Rose Bowl.
The Rose Bowl, wasn't that one? I don't know if it is anymore, but that one was played every New Year's Day. Is that right?
Yeah, that one's New Year's Day in California. Washington State has the Apple Cup, where it's Washington State versus University of Washington.
Are those college level?
That's all college.
So cups is all college, except for like in Canada football, their Super Bowl was the Calgary Cup or something.
Oh yeah.
That was their thing. They didn't have a Super Bowl. They had the Calgary Cup. And
do you guys feel that like college football, like everyone likes?
Don't get me on the soapbox college football. Is
college football like not as desired or watched as I think?
No.
Oh, there's a lot of dudes out there, man.
Like,
they only watch college.
Is it on a weekly basis? College football is watched more than pro because there's more games.
There's more games. And the thing is, a lot of your college football fans, they'll say there's a lot more intensity, like especially at that higher level.
Yeah.
These are guys trying very hard to stand out and desperately trying to look great for NFL scouts.
Yeah, because like to a certain extent, until like the last they did NILs 2 years ago. So
I think so.
For the you got to think until 2 years ago, dudes weren't. Shout out Reggie Bush. Dudes, Johnny Manziel. Dudes weren't getting paid to play college. So you got guys like that they're plucking them out of like, especially Florida, Alabama, like Mississippi. Like have you ever like, I don't know if you've probably watched it. Jameis Winston's, it wasn't a E60, but it was like a player profile. Like Jameis Winston grew up in like a 3-bedroom. This sounds disrespectful, and like if he ever sees this, I apologize. He grew up.
Yeah, Jameis, hit us up.
He grew up in a 3-bedroom like fucking shack, dude. Like,
really?
And like he like did like a profile where he like went back and like he shows back up and like the truck he's driving, he's like, yeah, this truck is worth more than like half the block combined.
Really?
And this is like property. These are single family homes.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, and he's driving like a King Lariat. Like,
so is it safe to say that like you feel like the benefit to watching and being interested in college football is, one, you get more games, and two, you really find these players who stand out and like really put their all into something because they're trying to get to the NFL.
Yeah, so
I think that at that point, that is like the goal, right? You've gone through high school, you've gone into college football. Your goal, everybody's goal, I think, in that sense, whether you make it or not, is to be in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
So you get to see upcoming, upcoming stars. You get to see people that are trying really hard, and maybe a portion of that is like you get to see people that you really hope they succeed. You get to see them playing a lot more games than you would the NFL, and you really want to see them succeed. And then you also want to like be like, hey, maybe that guy, Joe Blow, whatever the fuck his name is, makes it to the NFL.
So
right?
It's wild to watch. There's certain players that like, depending on the team you watch and the conference you watch, because it's SEC, Big 10, Big 12, or Pac-12, whatever the fuck they're calling themselves now.
Yeah.
There's guys that like they'll make a big play like their freshman year, and then you might end up saying like Tavon Austin.
That sounds familiar.
Tavon Austin was a great. He was a great college player. He's arguably
was he a wide receiver?
Sounds right.
Yes, but he was more known for returning.
All right, that is a stretch for me. Dude.
Yeah,
I heard of him and I watched a little bit on him.
Do you have guys like Tavon Austin, who's arguably one of the best college players to ever play? You got Jadeveon Clowney, who literally took a dude's fucking head off his sophomore year, and we all watched him with intensity for the next 3 years. So he got drafted like number 3 overall. You got like,
is that good?
Yeah. Number 3 overall is like ridiculous. Like the price difference between the number 1 draft pick and the number 6 draft pick is on average like $10 million.
Does it
it's
only
fucking
go from
ridiculous.
number 1 to number 6, or do they have like number 1 to 25? Like,
No, there are multiple rounds. So
So
there are
there's
32
rounds.
teams in the NFL, and then in the first round, everybody gets a first round draft pick.
okay,
And
Unless you
then there
traded
are
it away.
like 7 rounds.
Yeah.
okay.
And so so you can watch a person go like Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is a prime example. Trevor Lawrence was a red shirt starter, which according to NCAA rules, your first year, if you're
You just said NCAA.
NCAA is college.
Is that not women's basketball?
National College Athletic
No,
Association.
you're thinking of WNBA.
Okay.
NCAA.
All right, cool. All right,
No,
cool.
no.
I just,
So NCAA,
All right, cool.
they pretty much they give you a mulligan year if you're on a football team and you redshirt. That means like, yeah, you're on the team, but like we don't really count it. Like you're just on. But like if you like show up and you're fucking slinging it or running it or catching it or just fucking racking people fucking up, then they'll make you a redshirt starter. And so Trevor Lawrence was a redshirt starter. Trevor Lawrence did not lose a game of football in high school. Did not lose. Did
Really?
not lose a game his first 3 years in college.
wow.
Got to the national championship and lost to who the fuck did Clemson lose to?
Was it LSU?
I believe
Was it Joe
yeah,
Burrow?
They lost to Joe Burrow and fucking LSU.
I'm getting so turned on right now.
Yeah,
over here.
lost to fucking. That was his first loss, and then he fucking played. I think he played one more year. Did he play one more year? Or did he get drafted? with
Might
Joe
declare
Burrow?
for the draft right after that.
Yeah, and then he declared for the draft. Fucking didn't even go to the draft. Went and got married in like fucking some fucking.
Do you like
Island.
fuck off? Did he like just
He
do
like
his own
literally
thing?
was like, yeah, I'm getting drafted late number 2 overall. I don't give a fuck. And like just went to like Cabo and got married. Like had a good old fucking time. You watch this person and like obviously you think football. You think some fucking either backcountry corn-fed motherfucker that either throws the ball real good or is just built like a brick shot house and hits motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Or you think of, I hate to say it, a little black kid that's really fast. Those are your two archetypes, right? But then you have
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, who's 6'6" and has fucking blonde hair down to his shoulders. And it's like, he's like a walking head and shoulders commercial.
Yeah.
And he's like,
God,
dude, to this day, it is 2023. Fucking Trevor Lawrence is not lost on a Saturday in his 24 years of life.
He
He's
could
never
lose this
lost.
weekend.
He's never lost on a Saturday.
This could be it.
But they have a solid chance.
Does that game sound stupid? Justin just said he could lose this what?
So he's never lost on a Saturday.
Never lost on a Saturday.
Okay, what does that mean?
So in
Most
high school,
NFL
you
games
play
are
on-
played on
yeah,
Sundays.
in high school you play on Fridays. In college you play on Saturdays. College championships are played on a Monday.
I thought they were playing on Sunday because
No.
everyone's like Sunday night football.
That's NFL.
football. That's NFL. The
Okay.
BCS championship is played on Saturday. He played in 2 back-to-back BCS championships, and they're played on Mondays. Dude's never
Okay.
lost on a Saturday. This year was his first year playing in playoffs. Playoffs for that fucking AFC are on or certain games are on Saturday. Motherfucker played and won, had a 17-point comeback to beat the fucking Chargers, who fucking
Is
suck.
this Scott? I don't mean to cut you off. Is this both you and Jessica? Question for because you guys are the SMEs, the subject matter experts on this. In my opinion, compared to what I got going on.
I hope
right?
I never hear those words come out of your mouth.
SMEs,
ever
right?
again.
So is a 17-point comeback
Oh, it's
crazy?
substantial.
it's a lot. It's not the most
that
ever.
in my opinion, when I hear
28 to
17
3.
point,
28
I
to 3.
hear 3 touchdowns and 3 field goals.
No, that's not the math.
Is that not-
the math? It's
Okay.
3 touchdowns and 1 field goal.
It'd be 2 and 1.
2 and 1, 2 and 1.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. 2 and
So
1.
I kind of want to like steer it like so we have a shit ton of topics that I still want to talk about. So let's move on to one. I hope I could steer you guys in a direction where again I hope both of you as the sports experts
Jags.
give me something, right?
Yeah, I hope they knock off the Chiefs, man.
Because you're a grumpy old
The
fuck.
Subway Series, MLB,
What do you need to know about it?
Yankees versus Mets.
Okay.
I don't.
Do
follow
you guys
baseball.
have opinions? Do you guys follow MLB? Like, do you have
I don't. The only league I follow is NFL and a little bit of college, but only to know what's going to happen.
I
in
mean,
NFL.
I'll watch a little bit of like World Series. I'm not going to
Yeah.
watch a regular season like MLB
Dude,
game.
baseball's so fucking boring. I get.
really?
That's aggressive.
You- like,
Hold on, that was a little.
I
bit.
know you were like, yeah, that's so fucking boring. Like, Because like obviously Subway Series, I think
Good. Go
Mets-
ahead and try it again. Sean will edit it out.
no.
Good.
Don't even
No,
edit
he
it out,
won't,
Sean.
but go ahead
Don't
and
even
try it
edit
again.
it out.
Good,
Let's
good.
just keep it off the cuff.
Here's the thing.
thing.
No, you need
Mets
dynamic
versus Yankees.
dynamic pitchers and big hitters. Games that have some combination of those, I'll watch. Like I'll watch like fucking what's a good
Red Sox Yankees.
No, fucking yeah. Aaron Judge is a fucking brick.
First of all, Aaron Judge is amazing.
I'll watch Aaron Judge and the Pirates. Aaron Judge and the Pirates, Pittsburgh Pirates. I'll watch that. That's a good fucking game. I'll watch.
I'm being a New Yorker myself.
I'll watch what fucking KC's got a good pitcher, don't they?
The last pitcher I knew about, I know he's not there anymore, is Zach Greinke.
Mike Piazza.
That's not a KC pitcher.
Daryl Strawberry.
I don't even think Piazza wasn't Piazza like a fucking catcher.
He was
Well,
a Pirates.
first off,
wasn't
both of those are iconic Mets.
Yeah, but I also
Players.
I grew up on really good pitching because I grew up in Seattle. Seattle had Randy Johnson. for the
You grew
longest.
up like
The
your life
unit.
like you grew up in
Yeah.
Seattle.
I grew up in fucking
I didn't know that.
a suburb of Seattle. But
Super
yeah.
dope. Super
So,
dope.
I grew up in Seattle. So I grew up on Randy Johnson blowing birds up. And then we had A-Rod and Ichiro. So like literally, and then we had like fucking Edgar Martinez. Our fucking mascot is like the best in the fucking league with the fucking Moosey the Moose. Like, dude, Mariners, like early 2000s, late
Griffey?
90s, were fucking on. Never got into the pennant race.
Question.
Doesn't make sense.
Babe Ruth was a part of
Sucks.
the Yankees, right?
Babe Ruth
Well,
sucks.
yes. Before that, he was with the Sox.
Babe Ruth sucks.
What?
The Sox.
Okay.
Babe Ruth sucks.
So still we're getting away from the question. It's a very, very specific question. Between the both of you, when it comes down between the Mets and the Yankees, just give me this, give me my one little taste, my own little nipple twist on this. Mets or Yankees?
Well, I'm going to tell you the answer to the question, but you don't really want to hear it
wanna
because it's
hear it.
not
You
going to
wanna
be the
hear the
answer.
I'm a
Mets,
you want.
Mets fan. You know I'm a Mets
That's
fan.
a damn shame. You know why? Well, you guys should have drafted fucking Aaron Judge. And who'd you fucking draft instead? It doesn't fucking matter because that guy fucking probably sucks and isn't on the team anymore. And
Yeah,
Aaron
but
Judge
the Mets are the underdogs.
And Aaron Judge is on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
You know-
fucking 6'5", 22
Maybe
inch
I'm not
biceps,
doing myself any
fucking rocking
justice.
balls, dude.
But I feel like the Mets are the underdogs.
They
but
are.
also the Mets have been the underdogs
they're not like a fun
for like
underdog.
the past
though.
like
They're the
30
fucking
years, man.
Mets.
Like the Mets have been like, yeah,
The
the
Mets
Mets
are
are
like the
doing great.
Knicks,
They
man.
do really good, and then they do bad.
The Mets are like the Knicks. You get a good player, you run him into the ground, or you charge him with rape when he shouldn't have been. You ship him off to
well,
whatever
the
team.
Mets don't rate
Who's that?
people.
I'm talking. It said the Mets are like the Knicks.
Who's
because
that with the Knicks?
Porzingis.
I missed that.
It's,
You
it's
missed
not to
Kristaps
be
Porzingis
confused
getting
with
shipped off?
Bazinga.
They shipped Kristaps Porzingis off 4 days after a girl said she went up to his hotel
When
room.
was this? Was this recent?
This was like
2011?
2019.
Wow.
No. Kristaps Porzingis? No, fuck no.
I missed that whole storyline.
No, yeah. So Kristaps Porzingis, remember that big ass white dude that fucking Knicks had? I think he's on the Spurs now. I don't know where he's at now. He might be on the Hawks. Anyway, giant fucking white dude, right? From some Eastern European country. I don't know. I don't want to call it wrong.
First of all, this Euroball is really taking over. in the
Euroball is
NBA.
fucking killing NBA.
Yeah,
So
who's that guy taking over?
Okay.
I think he's with the Mavs.
Luka Doncic.
Yeah, he's fucking tearing everybody up.
Luka Doncic is arguably the greatest basketball player in the last 10 years. And I think LeBron is the best player of all time.
So
And
are
I'll
Thank
say-
you.
and I'll
Thank
say
you.
Luka Doncic
Everybody,
is
you
better.
know what? I am so tired of all my social medias telling me, oh, LeBron, and then what about Michael Jordan and blah, blah, blah. First of all, can we not just appreciate what this guy's doing?
What the problem is that Kobe's
first
falling
of
out
all,
of the top 10
neither of
very
those
fast.
guys play for the Mets or the Yankees.
Or
No.
the Knicks, I guess.
Yeah, the Nick. Anyway, or the fucking Nets, I guess. Whose front office is a
Who-
fucking dumpster fire.
You guys have
No, the
still
Nets,
not
they had
answered the
KD for
question.
a
the
while,
Nets,
right?
the Nets shit the bed. How the fuck do
They
you
had
have
KD.
Kyrie
No,
Irving,
Hey,
Kevin Durant,
Scott,
and James
I
Harden
said
still
Mets
suck?
with an M.
Yeah, I know you said Mets.
Yeah, I know what you said.
Yeah,
Swing
name
that
one
fucking
player on the
bottle
Mets.
if you're not
Name
a piece
one
of
player
shit.
on the Mets.
I need to know. Just
He
give
said
me a
Strawberry.
one-word answer. Justin, Mets or Yankees?
Yankees.
Scott?
We said it at the same time. We said Yankees.
Well, I can't hear. I got a headset
That's your
on.
problem. You shouldn't have to question it. It's Yankees. I can name a player on the fucking Yankees, and I don't even watch baseball.
Can I give
Aaron
you guys...
Judge is arguably the best player. It's Aaron
you guys,
Judge.
like, so here's my opinion.
What's the dude with the beard?
It's Mike Trout first.
Yeah,
then
Mike
it's
Trout,
then
Aaron
it's
Judge, and who's the other one that plays in California?
No.
He's got the big beard, white boy talking a lot of shit.
Mm.
And then
Here's
there's
my
homeboy, and then there's
opinion.
homeboy.
There's
from
that
Pirates.
guy on the Pirates.
This dude on Pirates.
Now you're
Fernandez
forcing me
Jr.
to unbutton my shirt.
Exactly. Mets don't have shit, dude. Mets suck.
So I have a question for you guys. You guys have talked for the past 15 hours
Who's
on
that Asian guy?
the
Who's
most
that
gorgeous
big-ass
of
fucking
subjects.
dude? I don't know.
I appreciate every subject you guys have gotten to. And realistically, I can like sit here and listen to both of you talk forever.
You want to talk about that shitbox
But
SCI you got in the driveway?
I want to know. Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck me.
We
you
can
got
run
a
it.
fucking
We
400
can
horsepower
run it.
car and you don't know how to drive
give me the time and day. We will put
We can
10
go right now.
bands on it
We can go
right,
right
now.
now.
I will run
it.
it.
We can go right now.
Run it
I'll
right
bet
now.
the fucking Benz that I
10
gap
bands.
you. We can
That's
go right
it.
now. We'll record
10
the whole
bands,
thing.
nothing less.
I don't know
10
that either of
bands,
you
nothing
guys
less.
got 10 bands sitting in your pocket.
I
right
think
now.
I can
I'll bet
handle
slips.
that. I think I can
I got
handle
the
10
registration
bands.
in the car.
10 bands, nothing else. Regardless, I
Oh, now
wanted
it's
to share a
regardless.
story with both of you and either tell me at
If
the
I
end
have
of
to hear
this.
about him getting drunk in Puerto Rico, again, I'm
No,
gonna flip
here's the
out.
thing. So my father took me and like, so let's get sentimental here because I
Oh
think
my
I should.
fucking God.
Let me relate to the
Was
average
it nice
Joe.
having a dad growing up?
Yeah, it
Was
was
it
so
nice?
nice. Let me.
Justin, did you have a dad growing up?
Yeah, I know my dad. He listens to every episode.
Yeah, he's great.
Does
Yeah,
he?
our dads
Does
are
he?
great. Matt, Scott. Yeah,
I think you said
sorry.
your dad died.
Did you say Matt?
Matt.
What's that
That's his
first name?
name. Do you not know his name?
Okay.
You know, I
remember.
knew this guy growing up. His name was Matthew Riss. No joke.
My father took
Mattress.
me to my first baseball game.
Okay, wait. No, I want to clarify something. Is your dad alive?
Yes.
Okay, I'm
My
not
mother's
being
not.
rude.
My
I thought you
dad's
said he
alive.
died earlier.
His mom died.
Yes.
Oh.
My
Is your
dad is
mom
alive.
My folks are alive.
Ha! You have both parents. What a nerd.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
a nerd.
I know, I'm a big
nerd,
loser.
Nerd.
Ha!
So here's what happened. I have an opinion here. So like you guys have talked great on sports. I love it all. I could talk about it for years. But here's the thing. My father told me one day, he was like, hey, I just bought tickets to a Mets game. And my father is from Queens. So he bought us tickets.
Who they
to,
playing?
I think it was the Yankees.
Okay.
I think it was the
they
Yankees,
lost.
the Red Sox. It's one of those
So they
two.
lost.
And he took me to this game, and it was at the original Shea Stadium.
Shea goddamn
Before they
Stadium.
switched to Citi Field,
Yeah.
I believe it was.
Yeah.
So it was down there. So because he's a Queens guy, so you know, as you do with
I
your
thought you grew up in Benhurst.
No, Bensonhurst is where my family had the house.
Okay.
I didn't grow up there. I spent weekends there occasionally. So here's what happened. My father took me down. He was like, hey, son, you know, a typical father-son thing. I'm going to take you down and see this fucking, you know,
Are
baseball
you
game.
rationalizing why you just ride for the Mets so hard?
Well, you know, I think I like, honestly, like, I think a lot of like the way we do things, like, definitely pertains to how we were raised. And I think, you know, a lot of people form their opinions based off other people's opinions and stuff like that. So here's what happened. He took me down there. We went to Shea Stadium and I saw my first baseball game with my dad. And I remember, like, you know, when you're a young kid like that, you always want to like catch that ball, right?
Foul ball. Yeah.
Yeah. So my dad got seats way behind home plate. So like if home plate's like here, we're like here. And what? Yeah. So a lot of times, and it's like as a young kid, I'm like, well, we're not going to catch anything here. But a lot of the times when they hit those fouls, they almost go like straight back.
Yeah.
No,
Almost.
you're in a
You're in a
chance
good
to get-
position.
You're getting
I didn't know
garbage,
that.
You're getting garbage balls. You're still getting a ball.
If
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
if
you're
you're
still getting a
like
ball.
10, 15 rows back,
I
but
didn't
right
notice
behind home
that.
plate,
I
you're
did
in a
not
good
notice
position.
that. Like, and I was like, my dad probably like he went through a lot of energy for, you know, God bless him for this. Like, you know, that experience for me was amazing. So he like we were watching the game for a while. It was going on, and this guy hit a foul ball. And I remember me and my father sitting there like this, and we had like a hot dog and like a, you know, soda, you know, the basic stuff. We weren't any rich family, but we did what we could, and we like, you know, had a great experience together. And they hit this ball, and I remember sitting here like, you know, a young kid. I'm like, oh wow, and like, you know, clear as day. I remember sitting here like, oh wow, that ball's like going up, and I'm like, I'm looking at this ball, I'm like, oh, you know, like it, you know, time slowed down for a second. I'm like that ball is getting like really close.
It's coming right for us.
And then I'm like,
Oh shit!
that ball is getting like super close. Like it's now coming for us. And I remember it hit like the top of the I-beam in front of me, like the next row in front of us. It hit the top of the I-beam, bounced down, bounced up. And then obviously some fat dude that had no life and like, some loser fucking fought over and they got the ball. But I have to say the experience, I don't know if you guys have been to a professional MLB, NFL game.
I've never
But-
been to a pro game.
No pro
Really?
game?
No pro game.
No pro game?
On any
No,
on any sport.
So-
I feel like just the experience of being there, and even if you don't get a good seat, even if you are in the way back, Scott, right?
I've never had good seats.
Honestly, dude, like, let's be
No,
honest,
it's-
like, we're
it's
not
awesome.
rich people, any of
No.
us in this room.
I'm from the bottom.
Yeah, but just being able to be there and be a part of something bigger than yourself and be able to, like, oh my God, we're all witnessing this game together. That to me meant more than anything. Like, my father took the time out of his day and spent the money and brought us and experienced
Yeah.
this thing together. And that was just super cool to me.
No, that's
and
super
like,
dope. Like I never had that. Like, but I've been to like I never had like the whole like fucking sentimental like, oh my God, let's go to a baseball game together. I never had that. But like
yeah,
fucking my uncle are you guys aren't from the West Coast, are you?
No.
I'm East Coast.
Have you guys ever like
We're literally across the mountain.
Yeah.
I'm East Coast. He's Midwest.
Yeah, I'm no
you're,
coast.
You're
so,
West
like,
Coast.
so like have you guys ever heard of Hans and Franz bread?
That sounds super familiar.
Yeah,
Hans
Honestly,
and
that
Franz
sounds
will pump
super
you up.
familiar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like it's a bread with two little midgets on it, right?
yeah.
So like Hans and Franz headquarters is in downtown Seattle, and my uncle who loves baseball, like he coached like fucking like
Fanatic.
well not even like so like we're I mean yeah, but that's I don't know why, but that I didn't like that word anyway. But like we're like fucking we're from the bottom, right? So like there's a shitty neighborhood called White Center, and my uncle would always volunteer to be a baseball coach. And then like when he got older and he couldn't coach, he was like an ump. And like now he just goes and like watches it. My uncle's living the best life. But he was a master slicer at Hans and Franz Bread, which was like 2 blocks, like 2 city blocks, so bigger.
Hans and Franz.
Hans and Franz Bread. He was
A German company. I would
I
assume.
don't fucking know.
Well,
Sounds
it
like
is.
Yeah, but he was the master slicer for Hans and Franz Bread. So
What does that mean? Like
he was the
sliced-
dude that dictated how thick the bread got sliced.
Oh,
like at
that's
the end
hot.
of his career.
Dude, that's kind of attractive. I
Yeah.
gotta be honest with you, Scott. Like that's
yeah.
like,
So,
that's kind of hot. That's kind of like a big flex.
dude,
like,
like and
hey,
he grows
this
an
bread is
A1
sliced too
mustache. You know what I'm
thinly.
telling you.
That's
My uncle,
fucking hot.
if my uncle could be my dad, I wish he would. If I didn't know my dad, which I really didn't know my dad, he spent time in prison. That's
Yeah.
not the point.
Yeah.
But so he's like my father
it
figure,
is
right?
what it is.
Yeah, so he was like my father figure, and like their factory and their like headquarters was like 2 city blocks from Safeco Field. So when Safeco got built, the new stadium for the Mariners in like '99,
Mm.
like
Yeah.
they had like they hosted the World Series there. They did like a whole fucking thing, right?
They were about to ship the Mariners out of there, weren't they?
were. So they were about to ship the Mariners, and so the same thing that happened to the Mariners, same thing happened to the Seahawks. Fucking, they built them a stadium, and the team stayed. Didn't happen with the Sonics. R.I.P.
No,
to the
they're
real
gone.
ones. No, we got the dumpster fires, the Oklahoma City Thunder. I would have fucked
Hey,
that
the
worked out.
Thunder made it to the finals, didn't they?
Yeah, full of Sonics players. Russell
Well,
Westbrook,
yeah.
Kevin Durant,
Yeah.
and fucking Ray Allen all went to the finals, and they were
That
all
wasn't
Is
Ray
Kevin
Allen,
Durant
was
good?
it?
Question. Being like that guy that knows nothing, is Kevin Durant good?
Kevin
Yeah,
Durant
he's
is-
pretty fucking
Kevin
good.
Durant
man.
is
Alright, cool.
arguably top 30 basketball
Because he's
players of
like,
all time.
when you mentioned that, I was like, oh, I've heard of him. Like,
Well, we just talked about
from
it
the
'cause-
guy that knows nothing. I'm
well,
just
we
trying
just
to
talked about it
understand.
because he was on the Nets for New York, so that's
Okay.
why he seems.
He was on the Nets. Who was he with the Lakers recently?
No, he was with Golden State. Remember,
Oh, he went to Golden State
Yeah,
and won a
yeah, he-
championship
yeah,
or 2
that's-
with them, right?
he won 1 with them. They
Only
won
one?
1 without him, and then he showed up, won 1, and everybody was like, "Bro, you're whack as fuck. You pretty much just piggybacked on a 72 win team to win a championship. Like you're a faggot." And like that's why everybody says his ring doesn't count. Not the point. But no. So when they did Fan Fest and everything for the new stadium, like I got to go as like I was like 7 or 8, and I had to run the bases. I had to like fucking. They had all these stands where you go get all this free stuff.
Yeah.
I had like baseball cards out the ass. I had like Randy Johnson, Ichiro, A-Rod, because they had all just got drafted.
What about
Do you-
Griffey?
Do you collect baseball cards?
So
still?
when I was a kid, like, and my uncle would always, uncle, my mom would be like, baseball cards are like everybody does baseball cards.
Yeah.
But like that was like peak Pokemon time.
Nobody gives a shit about baseball cards. anymore.
Justin,
anymore.
You need
Yeah.
to, Justin, you need to tear off your shirt, because what he just said was, he was like, I asked you that question because I was like, were you a big, like, baseball card guy? Because my next question was like, well, some people were into baseball at that time that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
I was at equally like peak Pokemon collecting.
So I was
time.
a kid caught in the middle because all my cousins, like given my uncle's influence and given where they lived, like they lived in the hood, right? So like they were fucking baseball, basketball, like sports, like that was all that mattered to them. Whereas I lived in like the suburbs. So like I was counting Pokemon cards with all the cul-de-sac kids. And so like in the middle of that, like my cousins were like, what the fuck is Pokemon? And I was like, dude, it's this fucking thing, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, so it's fuck.
And so like we got kind of caught in like this weird dynamic where like their dad like would be like, all right, well, I'll go buy you like fucking 2 packs of Pokemon cards and 1 pack of baseball cards. And then I was sitting there and I was like, I want something. Like, what the fuck? And they were like, well, you get to pick. And like being a kid, like I had to pick between Pokemon or baseball
Like that,
cards.
that's honestly how it goes, dude. Like,
Exactly.
being like, I think all of us can relate, like, being from a family where like money very much isn't predominant.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
yeah,
like,
of course.
you have to kind of like at Christmas time, and this isn't like a bash on my family. I'm sure like both of you feel the same way. This isn't like, hey man, like think of like one kind of big thing you want, and then like they'll fill in the blanks for the rest. And like
So
the same thing went with items like that and stuff like baseball cards, Pokemon cards. Like, hey, like like I think that makes some of the greatest experiences.
it did. So like when I was a kid, like so that's why like Pokemon is still like super, like to this day, I'm still super into Pokemon.
Yeah.
And like through my entire life, I've been like it goes in waves. But no, like so like being fucking like Pokemon was more my thing, but I was so inundated with baseball because fucking the Mariners fucking got a new stadium, and like at school, like we had 2 things. We had something called the Puyallup Fair, which is like the state fair.
Okay.
And then fucking Mariners tickets. And they would give them out to us for free. Like you could like you go to school like a random day of the year.
Oh,
and
really?
Be like, oh dope. Everybody in class gets Mariners tickets.
Oh, that's so
and it's like for the nosebleeds.
That's chill.
Well, let me ask you something about the Mariners, though. You've brought up the Mariners a couple different times. You've talked about different stars that you like on the Mariners. I keep bringing up Griffey. You haven't brought up Griffey. Are you not? Do you care for Griffey?
So Griffey went out as I grew up. So
okay,
like,
so you didn't really you weren't there for Griffey.
No, so Griffey was right before like I grew up. So like Griffey era. So I was deep in the Ichiro era. I was deep on the Randy Johnson era.
Because he drug their ass to the playoffs.
Dude, him and his dad, fucking, they're the only reason that Kingdom lasted as long as it did.
Yeah.
Because I think it was like his 2nd or 3rd season was, I forget what the coach's name was. We had like a really famous coach. And like Griffey hit a home run, and that's when the brick almost killed the fucking coach because a brick fell out of the Kingdom.
Oh,
wow.
So old domes, right? I don't know if you guys, I don't know how versed you are in fucking civil engineering, but the Kingdom
Not much.
Yeah, no, neither am I. The Kingdom was like what we had before we had Safeco Field, and we had fucking a big concrete dome, and it was made out of bricks. And then they just poured concrete on top of the bricks. So like they did that, right? And Griffey had a home run in like his 3rd season. And the fucking crowd goes wild because we took the lead. Like, yeah, like fucking screaming, right? And like the next at bat, like something shady happened. And like the coach goes out to yell because like the crowd boos. And that change in octave where they went from cheering for Griffey, like, yeah, to boo, like
do they like is booing like really that like intense?
It used to, not anymore.
Because is it more like now so like a political thing to like a PC thing to like not boo as much?
No, you get lit up at a fucking
way back in the day.
Game,
I'm gonna date myself here.
Dude, I thought I got booed at a Titan Stadium in Nashville. I thought I was so drunk. I thought I got booed at a Titan stadium, but they were booing their own team. Like I literally stood up in the middle of like the fucking goal line, like the goal line seats. I literally stood up, faced the crowd, and was like,
Who were they playing? When was this?
This was 2019.
It was a playoff game?
Ravens played the Titans in Nashville. I was working in Nashville at the time, and we beat the shit out of the fucking Titans. Like they set the single game fucking sack record, and Michael Crabtree like caught a touchdown in garbage time.
As a team, right?
Yeah, as a team.
Is this when they went to the Super Bowl? Because they were killing everybody that year.
This is when this should have been. It was either the year of or the year before Lamar won the.
Oh, this is a couple years ago.
Yeah, this is recent. And we beat the shit out of Titans, and they were booing the fans. Like Titans fans were booing their team so bad, like that. I was so drunk, I thought they were booing us.
Yeah.
So because I was screaming, I was like fucking hype shit. So I said, like, why are you guys fucking booing me?
Well,
your team fucking sucks.
Scott and Tong, I have a question for you guys, both of you guys. So this is our segment for this one. I'm not cutting it short. We have, after this segment, I would love to go into our last final segment after this, but to end this segment, I have a question for both of you guys. Do you remember the Super Bowl from one of my very young formative years? I remember there was a halftime show at a Super Bowl football game. I believe it was Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson.
I remember that.
And it was the first boob I saw.
I missed it.
And we watched it. Yeah. I watched it, and he tore off, like, she was wearing some sort of like tight black outfit.
There's like a conspiracy theory that was on purpose.
I heard that also.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like a today, like everyone was just thinking about this. It was like a few weeks, month after, like they thought about it. Do you guys remember the whole wardrobe malfunction where like he looked over to her?
I do remember that.
And he did this.
I didn't see it. So like I was a kid and like fucking
so it was live for me because like my family always hosted Super
No,
Bowl
I was
parties.
watching it. Yeah. But like do you guys what the fuck was that? Scared the shit out of me. Do you guys eat black olives? Like when you do like Super Bowl parties, you know, there's like a spread.
I mean,
of
like
vegetables?
we will do like a home. Like I'm from an Italian family, so we do like a homemade stromboli. We'll do like all charcuterie
do you guys
boards.
do like a vegetable spread?
Yeah. Of
Like,
course.
So like I was still a kid, so I had like a handful of fucking black olives, like when you put them on your fingers. So I'm like sitting there,
They fit
like,
perfectly.
and I just hear everybody go, oh, and I go,
Do you remember it, Justin? Do you Justin?
Yeah, I
remember
remember, dude.
Yeah, it's a nice boob.
It's a decent
see it.
boob.
It wasn't a
Didn't see
bad
it.
boob.
I had a handful of fucking black olives and ranch dressing. Didn't see it.
Wow.
Until I was an adult. I
You
did not
missed
see
it.
Janet Jackson.
Well, here's the thing. You heard it here, folks. We had a great second part of the episode. We'll come back for you for the final third part. We're going to have a little bit of car talk and probably cut it off from there. But listen, like I said, every other part of this episode, I appreciate being able to take a step back and listen to two people who I know have very good opinions on NFL, MLB, and get
fun.
both of you guys' views, the opinions you guys give, and everything. Listen, we'll afterwards, and maybe Sean can bleep that out.
I don't even need you.
Yeah,
Hey, man,
I'll do
that's
something
fine.
afterwards. I'll make it worth your while. And Sean, do what you can in editing to do the bleep, 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 bleep thing. But hey, listen, guys, let's take a
Sean.
quick break, and then
Sean, keep
we'll
it all
meet
in.
back with you for the final segment here in a little bit.
Welcome back to In Gear. We have Titty Twist Tom and Juicy Junk Justin. So a quick recap here. We got Scotty Boy 5000 on the show. We went ahead and hit up some NFL topics real quick. We talked about all kinds of dirty topics. But I want to go ahead and throw out there.
Hold on. Everything you guys could ever imagine. Continue. Sorry about that.
God damn it. You really know how to kill a guy's
I'm the
roll.
piece of shit here. Okay, continue.
Well, I want to go ahead and throw out here. I know you got an AMG sitting in the parking lot right now, but you got an oil leak or something. What are you thinking on
Dude,
that?
I'm so fucking. This is my second Mercedes, my fourth hoopty in a row, just throwing money at cars, and like fuck, man. At least this one's fast. We got dudes in my job that are always talking shit, and like,
Oh my God, the dudes at our job, because like me and him work together. These dudes at our job, like they buy cheap cars.
no, they don't. They all have fucking $30,000 plus.
They
Fords.
both have Fords.
No, there's 3 of them.
Like
'Cause-
Mustangs?
Because so one guy's
One's
got
a Mustang, one's a Escape ST.
no. So one guy's got he just got a 5.0 Mustang. That thing probably scoots. I'm not going to talk shit about the 5.0. You know, RIP to a real one. One guy, he's got the ST Explorer, the EcoBoost, the twin turbo EcoBoost V6.
Yeah.
I think it's like 350, 400, somewhere around there.
He-
Yeah, but it's
he's
heavy
like-
as fuck.
He's like low 4s. So he's like low. He's got less power, and he weighs about 100 pounds more than me. But he's all wheel drive.
Mm.
So he's convinced from a dig he's gonna get me.
Oh, he always.
Well, I
likes to
think
he
that
always likes
STI
to
that
tell
Thomas
people.
got from we could probably pull on you
So
too.
we were talking about Tommy's STI today because you're what? You're low 4s. Oh,
No, so like so horsepower to the wheels. I'm around 465 horsepower to the wheels.
465. Where'd you get
Four-
465 from? What do you?
465 is the numbers that were given to me from the tuner and the dyno charts.
Okay, so you have a tune.
yeah, of course I do.
Oh, he's got a lot more than
dude,
a
like,
tune
I
on
don't
that.
fucking- Scott,
he's
I'm-
gonna be
I'm-
like, I have, of course I have a tune. when it's spent half
Scott,
the time
Scott,
on
I'm telling
bricks.
you, like you run into a lot of STI guys. They're like, oh, I'm built, whatever. I have the build book in my car. You probably weren't in the cruise shack to look at it, but I'm willing more than to show you like when we go
it's a
outside later.
boxer engine though. Who gives
So
a
like
shit?
stage 3 cams, horn polish, 5-angle valve job, bronze valve guides, BC cams, stage 3 cams, BC
You're still on a
600,
boxer.
springs
You're
and
still a
retainers,
boxer engine though.
manly rods, manly pistons,
Okay.
nitrate treated
That's
crankshaft,
fine.
1050X
That's fine.
injectors,
Big boy turbo.
340
That's fine.
liter per hour, fuel pump,
You're unreliable over 5.
Blausch
You
1.5
understand
XT,
that.
full bolt.
Dude, you're on a boxer engine. You're on
What?
a boxer engine.
Doesn't matter.
It over 5 it does. You become unreliable.
It doesn't
over 5.
matter.
You can do
So
internals all you want.
my horsepower at a 3,000 pound.
The only
80
thing that
car,
saves you is weight because
I'm
you're
at
driving a JDM.
465 or 400. I think a 463 horsepower to the wheels on a 3,000
And you're
pound
what?
car.
3,700 pounds?
3,000 pounds. 3,080.
3,080.
3,080.
That sounds aggressively light.
Let me look it up.
Okay. Well,
That's-
sure.
I mean, that just sounds again.
I took it to the weigh station.
You're
And the weigh station
You're
said-
So have you done weight reduction, or are you just?
I mean, spare tire removal, lightweight pistons, like whatever engine
Okay,
internals
just
may
tell me,
have.
what year is it?
2017.
Well, I'll tell you this. Google says that the 2017 STI has a curb weight of 3,391 pounds.
Okay, so I'll buy that.
the
So-
391 minus
So
300
3,400
pounds, let's
pounds.
say, as in
I can buy that.
spare
Okay.
tire,
If
extra
that's what
bullshit.
if Google says, I'm not gonna fucking nickel. and
What do you
dime.
got? You got a 05.
So
Well,
mine's
so
Mine's
Scott,
an 05 S55, so I'm weighing 4,300 pounds.
So we're around 463 wheel horsepower, all wheel horsepower, at around 510 foot pounds of torque. And the reason being is because it always comes down.
So I'm 43,493, and I should be. I want to say I'm around 600 or 700 pounds of torque.
Google says that the 2005 S55 weighs 4,343 pounds.
And I should be at
over a half a
493.
ton more. Give us
493.
horsepower numbers.
Should be 493, and I want to say 600 or 700 pounds of torque.
I wouldn't doubt that, but I think that's
Horsepower
a
on the S55 comes in at 493 horsepower.
You told us that. Yep, correct. And then what about torque?
I'm rear wheel, so you're gonna get me from a dig.
I thought yours was all wheel.
No, I'm rear.
That Mercedes outside is rear, only. I
Yep.
thought it was all wheel.
Nope.
Okay.
I don't think they have an all-wheel AMG yet.
No.
Torque on the S55 2005 is 516 foot-pounds.
So you
Damn,
gotta
okay.
think, like, I have almost your same amount of torque, and like 1,000 pounds less of
Yeah,
weight.
so you're lighter. So you'll
And all-wheel drive.
and you're all-wheel drive. So
Yeah.
guaranteed you're getting me from a dig. From a roll, I don't think you're gonna.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's got probably 40 more horses on you.
And it doesn't matter when you think from a roll. Like, yeah, it's cool, whatever. It's
I'm
awesome.
already moving.
But like for me, like my engine, when we built, like, because Justin was with me in Colorado when we built this, my engine is built for high revs. So my red line is 8,000 RPMs, and the engine's built for 8,500 RPM.
Are we talking about from a pool? Like you're spooled, or are you just not spooled?
So at 6,500 RPMs, I'm making 22 PSI. So that's my
So
peak
you're
horsepower.
unreliable above. You're unreliable above 7K. That's what I hear.
I'm
you're
still,
tuned-
I'm
if
still
you're
why do you
tuned
need
for-
to be above 7K?
That's what I'm saying. So you're
It's a
tuned.
6-speed.
You're tuned to 22 PSI at 6,500, right?
So 22 PSI around 65 to 7,000. I'm
And-
like peaking 22.
And you redline at
88, yeah.
88 or 8.
8. I'm sorry. I coughed.
Yeah,
8.
8.
Yeah.
So correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not the most versed in engine tuning, but if you tune the car to go to a certain place and you push it past that place, somewhere in the middle of what you can do and what you want to do, you become unreliable.
Oh,
So
no,
if
no.
So if I split the diff, if you're tuned at 65, you can go to 8, split the diff, you start to lose reliability at 7.
No.
I mean, at 55, he's
No.
running 19 pounds of boost, though. That's still a hell of a lot.
Yeah,
of
That's
boost.
a lot of boost.
Here's
And
the
again,
thing.
I'm not versed, but I know boxer engines are not the best at boost.
They're not well balanced, but here's the thing.
So you're pushing
When-
a whole lot of boost into an engine that you're already pushing past the limit. Justin,
No.
correct me if I'm wrong. He's shaking his head,
No.
but boxer
No.
engines,
Well, the nice thing about that AMG, though, is you got that supercharger. It gives consistent horsepower throughout the
Yes.
power band.
my power band is set.
For me, it's top end. So I can launch, like, it'll spin all 4 tires no matter what gear you want. Like, and you want to do the fun things, it's fine. Now, here's where I'm contradictory to that, is that that engine is built for high revs.
I
Top
believe-
end.
That's
That's
fine.
great.
But if
But
you're not
also low
if you're
end.
not hooking it low end, it doesn't matter. You can burn
Because
through your,
on launch control, I'm set to like 7,000 RPM.
okay, but you're gonna burn through third, and I'm gonna be gone because I hook in first.
I gotta say, dude.
In Gear
like,
Podcast listeners, if you want to see us line up a 500 horsepower Mercedes against a
there's
450 pound
there's
STI
not
or
much
450
that-
horsepower
when it
STI,
comes down
Again.
to road racing, dude.
go ahead and
there's
hit us
not
up.
much.
It's fine. I'm not as versed as some other people. I just bought some clapped out shit box with a whole lot of horsepower and a half set of tires that happens to spit oil and go fast. So I could be wrong, but Justin,
Well, we got to figure out that oil issue.
yeah, I mean, it's fucking.
Listen, man, I don't think you like. I hope you don't feel like I'm taking a dig at you.
I'm not. No,
and
it's-
being like,
it's a
hey,
race car.
you got like also.
but I'm just so I'm
Superchargers?
laying out stats, and I'm just saying, listening to the things you're saying about your car, listening to things I'm saying about my car. Can you win? Yeah. Are you probably gonna win? I don't think so. On paper, yeah, you should win. But listening to your tune, if you're spinning, so are you spinning through first?
So I'll probably spin through first and hook every other gear.
So you're gonna hook in second.
And that depends also
so
on
what-
like.
so-
let me like disclose this information to you before you like make this assumption. So when I hook, you know,
Well, you can
that's
just go
cool, whatever.
race.
You know, it's cool, all-wheel drive, whatever. But you gotta take into the matter of fact that I have torque vectoring differentials, and then I can apply
Those don't
different
matter.
amounts of torque and power to
Your,
both the
your
front,
diff doesn't matter.
rear, and middle. Different. It does.
Straight line, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you're gonna beat me in a time attack course. We go play fucking the 18 corner fucking cone races in a parking lot. Yeah, you're gonna throw all 3,000 pounds of that, your little boxer balance with your fucking little
What
boost
do you
case.
top out at?
What speed?
Yeah.
I touched 155 before I ran out of road, and I did that on
It's
accident.
stock. My STI reached 148. Just just being funny. Just like stock.
That's how I
So
accidentally hit
I
100.
almost cut like my 0 to 60 time down.
So
by
you
like
said that
20%.
you said that stock
stock 148. Yeah.
148. So what? 148 before you ran out of road. 148 before you got
just
scared.
like just like I was racing a BRZ, a shitty Subaru BRZ. That's just like
yeah.
It was on a straight road in Colorado at
So then on
6,000
the
feet.
tune, what are you getting to?
I don't think it would be unreasonable to be like.
That's
think that
not what I
could-
asked you.
On the tune right now, what do I think I could reach?
What have you reached?
I have only gotten the tune a week before I got to
I mean,
Hawaii.
you can't really open that shit up on H1 though.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying. That's
can.
what I'm trying to say,
You
Scott.
can get open on H1.
It's like I need you to know that like all this is
so
like
did you creep to 148
no.
or did
No.
you get to 148?
148 was like fairly achievable, but I got that tune a week before I got here in Hawaii. So a week before I got to Hawaii,
I'm here.
I was at 148, just like stock on a
Tell me if
6,000
I'm
feet
crazy.
elevation.
I could be crazy. You can tell me if I'm crazy and just being belligerent. You sound like excuses.
I think
My tune,
I
my
really
tune
wouldn't
is-
know.
I have
my
faith-
tune is
I
built
have-
for 6,000 feet elevation.
I have faith in your car. I'm not gonna say that your
I don't
car
know
is-
who I would pick to win. It would be a close one.
I have faith in your car to win. I'm not gonna say that my car is gonna win. I'm not gonna say your car is gonna win. I'm just gonna say we're going out tomorrow and where are you gonna be?
I will blow my engine and all my diffs and everything before I let anybody lose to me. After
So we'll see you tomorrow.
$17,000 that I put in my engine.
That's what it sounds like to me, right? So we'll see you tomorrow.
Where?
Home Depot on fucking
Everyone says Home Depot, but I've been trying to get a solid contact for all this, and no
Don't
one
worry.
ever tells me where this
I'll
stuff
draw
is
the
going
pin.
on.
You know Kunia Road, the back road coming off out of work.
Oh yeah.
You know, like you go down there's like the Denny's and the gas
It's
station.
like this. It goes.
yeah. You know the Denny's that's down there.
No.
It's fine. You can drop a pin and find a Denny's. There's
Yeah.
a Denny's on Kunia Road. There's a 76 across the street from it. Tomorrow there.
See, I'm a big
10:30.
H3 fan.
10:30 tomorrow.
I'm
we'll
an
be there.
H3 fan.
10:30. We'll be there tomorrow.
I'm an H3 fan.
Yeah, who gives? We just meet there and then we go to the meetup at Home Depot and then we race
I'm
H1.
talking like we go
H1
to
is
like
empty.
H3 through the tunnels down into like towards Clipper.
Yeah. You want to go? You want to go play all the little fucking
Yeah.
windy bindies?
Yes.
Because you got a little light car that's 4-wheel drive. That's fine.
I
That's
don't
fine.
know, man.
Here's the thing.
The H1 is open,
Here's the thing.
The
I
cops
think
don't
it
show
would
up.
be an incredible race.
but you're not gonna be there tomorrow.
I mean, I don't have
It's
any
okay to be
plans.
scared.
I don't have any plans.
Okay, you don't have plans?
No.
So then come out. Then now you have plans. That's what that sounds like to me, right?
10:30 p.m.
10:30 p.m.
So late.
No, it's not.
Well, yeah,
What's-
why you want to be out so late?
Because there's
Yeah,
no
are you
cops when you're out
scared of
late.
the morning, Scott?
Because there's no cops when you're out late, and there's no people.
I was told that this is the week to not do it because of speed traps. Like fucking
told
our
you
group
that?
chat where some dude put out, he was like, "Hey,
Who told you that?
if you look on our group
Oh,
chat,
I'm
or
gonna
my
be there
group
tomorrow.
chat
If you
from
don't want to
work-
be there, then don't be there.
all right." Maybe we'll just have to launch it out here in a few minutes.
Hey, listen up here, listeners. So go
Yeah,
ahead
listen,
and comment
hold on.
on this.
You're
What
gonna
are
do
you
your thing.
thinking is going to happen with this?
Yes, we'll do something.
I don't
But
think we will.
just
Is your
I think
money
we're
on that
scared.
Mercedes AMG? Don't get me wrong, that's not a bad bet. But then
No.
again, I know Thomas has put a lot of money into that STI, so I cannot really say with any definite opinion on which way this is going to go.
it'll be interesting, to say the least. It'll be interesting. I hate you so much. Yes.
You
Well,
ain't
Justin-
tomorrow with my $6,500 shit box
Oh,
gaps
my
your
God.
what? You said you got 6,000 in just your engine
Uh,
on top of a $40,000 car. You got 5 times the car I do.
16,000,
Your car was 16 grand.
16 grand.
For an
No,
STI.
he put 16 grand into the
Into
engine.
it.
into
Okay.
like a $34,000 car.
So you're at okay. So you're at 50 grand.
Yeah.
Put the numbers. You're at 50 grand. I'm at 6,500 bucks.
I think driver mod comes into play a little bit. Maybe.
Okay. That's fine.
You
I
know,
have a
never-
right foot. That's all I need. You got a clutch. Don't
You're
you?
right. You're right. You're
All
right.
I do is fucking.
You're right.
Ah.
Automatics win races.
Oh, so now if I win, it's my
Oh,
transmission
my-
that won it for me.
Yes. Oh my
My
god.
transmission
I'm giving you
wins?
that.
A
So you-
2005 S55's MSRP is $111,000.
Okay. All right.
That was
All
a-
right.
that's a- What year
okay.
though? What year?
All
though?
right.
That's 2005.
And so what is a 2017 STI's MSRP?
I know it's not 107,000.
Mine's a little bit more.
I say. Well, let me get a guess. MSRP
42.5.
38,000.
42.5.
$36,015.
Oh. It's just a Subaru, man. It's
Mine's just a
Subaru.
Mercedes. Bro, mine's got oil leaks. I got coolant
But
leaks.
your AC blows cold, dog.
It does.
It does blow super cold.
It does. I also
You
got 212s lagged in the back.
Yeah.
So
oh
I'm
my
at
God.
43. I'm really
And
like
14 dead
pounds.
hookers
Yeah,
rolling in the
dude.
back of that.
Last time I took it out, I was gutted. I didn't have a back seat or a sunroof.
All right, Justin.
I hear
hear us out.
excuses. Justin,
All
tell me
right,
stop
so
being a
hey, it's
pussy.
been another great episode of In Gear. We're probably going to give you some type of update on this old AMG VS STI debate. I
Yes.
think they're probably going to have to settle this one
It
once
might
and
be a
for
good
all.
little event.
I'm
We
just-
want your comments. We want you to hit us up at ingearpodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what you think of this episode. Let us know what you think of this competition that we might be setting forth.
Give us some email. Give us some feedback. Am I right, Scott?
Hey, give us something.
Give
Tell
us
stop being a
something.
bitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
and also
exactly.
tell us what you think of Scotty Boy 5000. I know that me and Thomas had a great time with him on today's
Loved it.
episode. We'd probably love to have him back, so we'll see if that's going to
We need
happen
to have
in
the
the
DJ
future.
back at the same time.
Yes, DJ.
Yeah, DJ's
Great.
cool.
Hilarious.
Absolutely.
Hilarious.
Maybe we'll have to have a 4-person episode.
I have 4 mics.
Yeah.
We should do something.
Hey, there we go.
4 mics. Yes, it'd be hilarious. Well, Scott, I think I speak for both me and Justin both. We appreciated having you on today.
100%.
We appreciate you giving us your time to come and talk to us. I think like everything you've done, like this is one of my favorite episodes so far.
I appreciate being
and
Real good
usually we don't say that, what episodes are our favorite, but I have to say,
well,
Yeah,
we've been
you
hitting
other
some
guys
pretty good
suck.
episodes here.
every
lately.
episode, it gets better by the week, man.
Hey,
And
I'll be
like,
here. I'll be here in a couple weeks. We'll redo it.
Yeah, dude.
We
You've
talk
been
about
great.
how-
So
We talk about how Tommy got dunked on.
Yeah. All right, Sean, take us out.